Okay, here it goes.
My other one is taking forever to go through.
I'm going bald, guys. Good Lord.
Hey there, Saber friends. Welcome to Saber Talk Live. This is Harris.
Yo,
Gabe.
yo!
I'm Anthony, SpaceWIndu, and we are going to talk sabers. Gabe has a new lightsaber. Harris has some stuff we can discuss, and it's a great evening to be talking about lightsabers because Neopixels are changing, and some of these effects that Gabe has on this lightsaber are pretty crazy. Like these fire effects and all these. I mean, we've talked about it before when we saw his Profi saber, but maybe Gabe can talk a little bit about this lightsaber and like what it can do and stuff like that. This one's got the Crystal Focus 10 by Plector Labs. It's made by Genesis Custom Sabers.
Yep, finally got the Ascend.
Badass.
For those of you guys who have followed us throughout the years and our Saber Talk show, you must have heard me numerous times speaking on several episodes, more than one episode, where I've always been obsessed with this hilt, with Mad Cow's Ascend. And it's always been like the unicorn for me. It's always been the saber that has eluded me because basically I just never came around to ordering it. Plus, you know, working with these two guys where I have access to a whole bunch of other sabers and customized stuff and MHS stuff, I just never got around to ordering. But I finally got one in my hands, and it's epic, man. Mad Cow is the shit. He's amazing with his work, his craft, and the plus is, like Anthony just said, it's got the latest and greatest with the CFX Crystal Focus 10.
It's clean.
Yeah, so
It's like a race car, man.
yeah, his work is like, his craftsmanship and quality is ridiculous. It really lives up to the name of what he does. His work is very detailed, every line, nook and cranny is like super clean, you know. So I'm very excited about that, and the bonus with the Crystal Focus 10, you know. So
And it's set up for Neopixels, so that's pretty
yeah. So Neopixel comes with a 2-watt bass speaker, and it's awesome. And you know, basically on YouTube, he obviously has videos for those of you guys that follow Mad Cow know he has plenty of videos on YouTube on how to work the saber and go through the programming and all that mess. But very simple. You press both the auxiliary and power button at the same time. Automatically goes into Spectrum, where you can then just twist the saber, sort of like a bicycle, motorcycle throttle, spin it around.
Oh my God, I'm blind!
I'm burning your eyebrows off. I'm doing your eyebrows for you. And yeah, you can twist it through, pick any color you want. It's like an icicle, isn't it?
Hot!
Oh, I see.
Hot! Look at
I
it.
didn't
Look at
even
it
see
reflected on my
you doing
face,
this
man.
before.
Yeah.
Wow!
Is this what you were doing before when it went through the effects? So that was
Yeah, you do the same thing. So right now I'm in Spectrum, where you can choose the color, right? So let's say I go with that one. I hold the auxiliary button down. Boom, it just shows that one. Now, if I want to, let's go back to Spectrum, pressing both buttons again. Now it's in Spectrum. Now, if I want to go through blade effects, I hold down the auxiliary. Now it just said blade profile. So now we'll twist the hilt, and now we got different profiles to choose from.
I'm on fire!
So,
I love it!
So it'll come with different blade effects to choose from. Static and, sable, fire flames, rainbow, whatever you call it. There's a whole bunch of different names for it. Pulsating and different things like that.
Oh man! And when the pulsating stuff, when you spin it, you see the trails and you see the pulsating in the trails. It's friggin' awesome.
That was wild.
Oh, it's so cool. It actually looks like it's got fire coming out of it in person. You know?
It's ridiculous. I'm telling you, man, Neopixel technology, man, it's a whole different other level. That's why you gotta.
Super cool.
Like we were just singing the praises of the fire one. The one that looks like the actual fire. It's crazy.
That's a killer blue, man. And on screen, it's just amazing.
Yeah, it's an excellent hilt. I'm very excited with it. I still want to do some modifying to it just to make it a little bit more personalized for me.
Make it yours.
Make it look. I'm so spoiled, you know. Ever since I got into the Saber game with you, Hesh, before meeting Anthony and all that stuff, I just been spoiled with MHS.
You've had some good pieces.
All custom parts.
Everything's been, I've been used to
stuff.
custom stuff, man, and then so I want to make this a little bit more personal to me. So I will be doing some customizing to it in the near future. Just like that, the Saber Forge Nova that I had, you know, that once I got that, I did the wrapping on it and did some custom. Then I installed the Profi in there and stuff. So I'll do the same with this.
Like with this one, you're thinking of you want to maybe go more matte on the powder coating, or
yeah, I was saying I love the contrast of this, you know, with the color. I like the dark on that. Well, I like the dark down here because I like the contrast of this. So I kind of want to follow that scheme up in here.
Oh yeah,
in the emitter area. This I don't know yet, but
taking off some of the black,
yeah,
leaving some silver,
leaving some silver, yeah,
the black in between,
yeah. But leaving the black, yeah, just like that, right in between. Up here, I haven't decided yet. I might go all chromed out, but who knows? I might even want to change or do some powder coating in here, along with the pommel, to give a different color combination, color scheme. I don't know.
I saw the one you showed me had the gold and the engraved.
Yeah, it has like gold in here, and then this bottom ring here is all gold too.
It's nice like that.
A brass
adds a little depth to it.
That's like a different option, or someone customized.
I think someone customized it.
Yeah.
Someone customized it, and then they had this how I want it, like this with the in.
It's a clean hilt, man.
It is, man. I mean, you look at this thing
clean.
through and through. This is like Mad Cow, man. Props to you. You live up to your name.
It's like getting a new Corvette on Christmas morning.
Exactly. Man. Yeah.
That's
for all you guys contemplating on Mad Cow, or contemplating on whether to get. I'm gonna tell you right now, his work is immaculate, man. I've never seen work like this before. And again, with the crystal, with the CFX, it's all just a bonus. That just takes it over the top.
Wait, even better. How long did you wait for it?
How long have I been talking about this thing? Years, several years. I think so. If you go back, if you watch Saber Talk, go back on some of our. I'm talking 2-3 years ago, 4 years ago.
Days.
Look at those early day videos. You'll see me on several episodes ranting about wanting this.
Three of us knuckleheads been talking sabers for a couple years now.
Yep. So I'm glad I finally got my hands on it. It's worth the wait, and it's awesome. I'm excited.
Is it easy to show like how to open it up?
Yeah, I mean,
just unscrews, or you have to unscrew?
Yeah, it's just a pommel, just like Mad Cow does on his videos. You know, just as he says, don't open it from this side because it voids the warranty and all that other stuff. But you open it from this side and just pull the chassis out. It's got a plastic covering on there, and then one side has the battery, one side has the. Let me show a little closer here, and one side has the SD card right in there. And the battery which you take out to recharge, and that's it.
Yeah, really nice.
Very simple. The acoustics or the resonance in there are amazing. It has a 2-watt bass speaker. That's what he's installed standard on his Sabers, and the resonance is awesome. It sounds nice and loud, and I love it. Some of the fonts on the Crystal Focus on the CFX already come optimized for smooth swing. Some of them are old school, but
some good fonts on there too.
Yeah, but it's pretty cool.
All the Mad Cow killer fonts, man.
Yeah, definitely. And I still have a few more I want to get and download, so I can't wait for that. But yeah, I'm set, man. Between that and my Saber Forge Nova with the Profi board, I'm set. I'm just waiting for the next new technology to come out, man. Like, you're done. A Mad Cow Saber, you know, an Ascend with the CFX in it that's like Heshi just said, the Rolls Royce.
Well, yeah, like one of the things I'm kind of thinking of, which it could be an upgrade without actually doing anything other than changing the blade out, would maybe be to utilize. I'm trying to think. Like, that could be wired. Yeah, okay, it has to be wired differently as far as the emitter. It really would be to do the RGBW that I was telling you about.
Yeah.
Yeah, that actually wait, would it require something different? I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe Irv can answer that. Actually, I'm kind of twisted in my thinking right here, but maybe if I made an RGBW blade. Yeah, I think that, I don't know. I have to ask Irv if that will just like work without any type of changing the wiring around.
As far as changing the colors go?
Yeah, like the CF10 can do the RGBW, which like I never really seen anyone kind of make those blades yet, but we'll have like a white in there. So, you know, red, blue, green, white.
But it's a Neopixel.
Neopixel.
Okay.
So it will be like, you'll have like a whiter core on some of those lighter colors, like a light blue or
The
like
technology is always going to constantly evolve.
yeah,
and
so I
get
wonder if
better
like
and
the
better.
wiring, maybe the wiring doesn't have to change, and all we'd have to do is like
Full
change
strip.
the programming, put RGB blade, and then maybe you get, you know, brighter blues, brighter yellows, brighter you know, brighter like
Yeah, probably
kind of
wouldn't be anything different, I would think,
light
inside there.
colors. Like yeah, actually, because I was actually telling Gabe before that might suck more battery, but I mean it could if you had like more of those channels on. But it actually would save battery because instead of trying to produce white with like R, G, and B all on at the same time, like trying to get to a white, there would actually be a white diode there. So you know, it like I have some of the strips right here that have RGBW, but I'm just not sure like if anything has to be wired differently to actually do the RGBW to get that. But it might actually
what say you?
might actually save some battery power to do it that way, because then you know you could use your flash, like could just be those white side of it, you know.
Something I want to mention too is the user friendliness of that CFX as opposed to the Profi. Because I know with Profi you got to do a lot of code writing and things like that. And for people like myself, I have no clue when it comes to code writing and sitting on there, you know. But so I'm glad that the CFX is so user friendly. Just you press them buttons and just turn the throttle. That's it.
Yeah,
that was
Very
wild to
simple.
see that. Like,
Like
I
riding a motorcycle.
didn't know about
Yeah, I thought that was ingenious. That was ingenious and very cool to think of doing that stuff, because there's so many of us out there that have no. You guys are, you know, you guys can sit there and program and stuff, but I can't. I mean, that's a godsend to have it be so user friendly.
Yeah,
Nice
I think
and
like something like the Profi is for somebody that, you know, wants to experience like the open source, wants to experience the
DIY type of stuff.
yeah, like all the
I can sit with
fine-tuning
you,
of
and in
it.
the night I'll have you changing the programming.
I wish.
But it's kind of cool to see you twisting the hilt, and it kind of clicks like a watch. That it's like you get the feeling like you're tuning it, right? But you didn't have to go in through all the programming stuff. But you kind of feel like you're kind of, you know, involved in tuning it, and you get to select that specific shade or the specific effect that you wanted. And then, so does it save to the to like the one of the 14 profiles at that point? Like when you selected fire and then you picked yellow fire, let's say, does that save it in a slot and then you went on to the next one? And
yeah, I mean, once you save it, it'll save for that particular font.
Oh, that particular
that color and color and
it saves that color to that font.
Yeah.
Oh, I
So if you wrap around, it comes back and you're on the same color that you left it at.
Okay, so
It remembers.
since like the CF10 can be like unlimited fonts, it's just how many you want to kind of put in there.
Yeah.
And I think you can go forward and back.
Yeah.
As far as
as far as going up or down the ladder of the individual fonts.
So that makes it easier. And then like that's actually kind of cool to set like, let's say set like rogue to blue or, you know, to green if you wanted to, and then the green could have that effect that we saw before. With
if you have a Vader font, you can set that to red. So every time you come back, you turn on the Vader font, the Saber's breathing, and you turn it on. That's how I have one of mine set up.
That's cool. Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, Plector did an awesome job with
He thinks his planter.
Yeah, with this effects.
Freaking genius.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I love those products, and working with a couple of those CF10s. I wanted to show you guys the like the Bluetooth connectivity. That seemed to be pretty cool.
Yeah, I want to see that.
Yeah, that's amazing.
I haven't seen that work in person yet.
I think me personally, I don't know about you guys, but the first time I ever saw that was Electrum Saber craft.
Yes.
They were the first that I noticed.
Yeah, my buddy Dave Bowden had an Electrum Sabers craft.
I think
he was tuning it with his phone. That was about a year ago too.
That's
about when I heard about it. I think like through.
So the technology is not brand new, but it's been out for a little while.
Yeah, isn't it? All of it's through that ForceSync app by Stock.
Dimitri.
And by first, I don't mean by me saying that's the first. I'm not saying they're the ones that Electrum Sabercraft invented it. I'm just saying that's the first time I ever saw it.
Yeah,
was Electrum Sabercraft with making it standard in all their sabers.
Yeah.
Maybe that's a different system if they use like a different card. Is that like their own type of card, or is that Plector products? I don't remember.
Not sure. I think
Wait, say again. Which
Electrum Saber card. They use their own card.
they use their own card.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Yes.
that was probably
I thought
a
it
different
was.
app.
They use their own
Like,
card.
way
It
to
was
do
their
I remember
own
watching that
their own
video.
card, their own software, and very cool control boxes. Solid, no moving parts,
Like
but
touch-
everything was like
touch
tack
screen?
touch. Yeah, like almost like it read the heat off of your finger or the electric touch of your finger. There were no moving parts. You would slide it up and down the box and it would fire up. See, very cool.
Oh, okay.
Very cool.
That's sweet.
Yeah. Cool
It's
piece.
like a touch screen.
Yeah, almost like a touchscreen, like nothing moved, but it was a piece of metal and like ornate, like acid etched to it, you know?
Yeah.
And it had a little LED blinky in it, and it would read the blinky as well when you would scan your finger on it. It was very cool.
Yeah, that's
Very cool.
That's awesome.
Very cool stuff. Yeah, but this hilt, I mean, Mad Cow, he's just amazing. He's, you know,
Yeah.
it's a beautiful
Lives up to
piece.
his name. Lives
Oh,
up to
my
his
God.
name.
The Neopixel is just dynamite. What you can do with it, you know.
It's overwhelming a little bit because it's just so much to choose from. You got as many fonts as you want. Say you download all your favorite. Now you got to worry about color for each one, a blade effect for
It's
each
a lot to think
one.
about, yeah.
It's so much to
That's kind of fun to plan out, like
Yeah.
how you want to set it up, though.
It's cool though.
All right, so let me ask you guys a question. What do you guys think of the Disney Sabers from Savvy's Workshop?
They look big and clunky.
They are big and clunky.
I thought they were brighter than I heard that they are now. I
But
thought
listen,
they were like really
I
bright.
want one.
I'll say this, and
I want one. I want to try. I want to go there. And
I was
I
just
do
going to
too.
say this.
Freaking
I
build
said
it
it
in the
before.
workshop,
I think
you
the
know?
last time we talked about that, and I said it, and I'll say it again. I want to do it because of the experience. Actually, you can't go in there.
The three of us standing there together.
You're not going to
would be
go
like
in there.
an epic time in our life.
I'm not
you know?
going to go in there thinking I'm going to get a saber. Like, I'm going to get one from
No,
Galaxy's
you're not
Edge.
going to get none look like this.
Yeah, that you're going to come out with something like this.
No.
I want to do the
Well,
experience.
this
though.
one like
It's just
fits so well in your hand. It's like a tactical type
Yeah.
of sword.
Totally.
Whereas the other one seems it's like this.
It's
as a
kiddish,
base,
it's
and then
toyish.
other parts go
Yeah.
over top.
Yes.
So automatically it's kind of big.
It's bulkier.
Yeah. Is it possible to not add so many of the parts, or they kind of need
I
them
think
there?
it's made up of a certain set of parts. It's got a center section, and the center section is where the sliding switch is. And each one is different, but each one is incorporated with some type of a slide switch. Then it's got the upper grip and the lower grip. And then it's got the pommel cap and the emitter cap. So it's fits on. It's almost like Lincoln Logs or toys when you were a kid. You know, you had to put the correct order in and put them in the correct size, and then lock the caps on it so it stays there. Almost looks a little like a pipe bomb, you know. But shh, don't. Just be
Don't say that
careful.
too
Yeah.
Don't say that too
I
loud.
mean, I just heard some like bad things about the park overall. Like I heard they're not like playing Star Wars music. I heard.
Yeah, I've heard
They
they
don't
fixed
have,
some
like-
of that though.
Oh, okay. Like I heard that they don't have like a lot of the old characters like Luke and Darth Vader and
No, I
Obi-Wan,
heard
and
all new stuff, and of course we know.
It's
I
kind of
mean,
disappointing, especially because
Should
we
we
want to
go
see
there?
more of the droids and more of the
the House of Mouse, right?
C-3PO and R2-D2 should be walking around and stuff. I mean, I kind of heard bad things, but we
Yeah.
can see it for ourselves. We can go.
You
see
know
it
why
for
they don't
ourselves.
have Han Solo walking around in that park? Because Kylo killed him. That's why he's not in there. Luke is not
They have
there because
Kylo.
he died.
Kylo's walking around.
I'm telling you guys,
They
I
got
keep
Kylo in
saying
the park.
this
Should be
He comes
stuff.
out.
holograms then.
Usually,
They should
what
be
I've
like
seen,
Luke
Force
holograms.
Ghost walking around the park.
so far, what I've seen, it's usually a couple stormtroopers around, and they're good at their part. Yeah, they actually
Are
talk.
they like the First Order stormtroopers?
I believe. No, I think they're like back earlier
Really?
stormtroopers, more like Luke era stormtroopers.
Well, then there should be, those older characters. If it's like, it just
It's
depends on
cool.
when it's
It's
set.
cool
I think
that
it's
they walk
set in the
around,
new time.
And I heard that if they see you with a lightsaber on, they come over and they mess with you.
Really?
You know, they arrest you and stuff, and you know what I mean. Where'd you get the saber? Where'd you get the parts? Because it's supposed to be
Supposed
illegal.
to be,
It's just
yeah,
you know.
outlawed and
Yeah.
things like that.
That's
You know?
funny.
So that's cool. And one of the things I like.
And actually, David Bowden came in to say hi.
Oh, hey,
What's up,
Dave, what's
Dave?
up, buddy?
What's going on, brother?
How you doing, pal?
Greg Lee says it's great to see you guys still doing this after a few years. It just gets better and better.
Nice.
So
Nice.
Thank you.
Greg.
Thanks for the support.
Yeah, we're
Thank
able
you.
to sit tonight in front of in the Starship Destiny, in front of our backdrop. We're pretty happy about that. So we do want to go to Savvy's workshop, but it's like we have our own SpaceWIndu workshop over here with Harris.
Yeah, man.
Who needs to go down?
We do it right.
Who needs to go down the earth to a Savvy's workshop when you're up in here, where nobody can find us?
Just so you guys know,
Yeah, right now,
we're really
even better lightsaber.
We're- We're actually what, about 8,900 feet up in the sky right
Yeah.
now.
And as we're doing this show, we're traveling at light speed, so
Yeah.
don't even try to find us.
So you'll see us bumping stuff when they park the ship.
It's on autopilot right now, so we should be okay for a little while.
Punch
Very
it,
cool.
Chewie. So, anyways, going back to what we were saying, I think we see it before our eyes. Talking on Galaxy's Edge and Disney and stuff, we're seeing it unfold before our eyes. Where when we talked about this before, so I don't mean to sound repetitive about it, but they're killed off all our favorite characters. Now you go to Galaxy's Edge, you're not going to see those characters, and I just feel that it coincides with a lot of the stuff we've been hearing online and reading about, and a lot of stuff we've been talking about that we've mentioned already, where Disney's goal is to reach a different demographic, so they don't really care about revisiting that stuff. They want a whole new generation, of people to get involved, so they don't mind.
I just think they went about it.
I think that's their purpose. Their purpose isn't to include Luke or any of them in Galaxy's Edge. They want you to focus on new characters because there's money to make on those, that franchise or those new
kind of sloppy
characters and
like
stuff.
heavy-handed to be.
I
like,
will say
kill
I've
the
watched.
past.
I've actually broken my own rule, and I have watched a few spoilers.
Was that because of me before? Or because
No, not really. You know what? I'll be honest with you. I kind of almost feel like I want to know what's going to happen now because I don't want to be devastated.
You're at the point where you're like, I'm over it. Let's just give it to me.
Yeah.
Just
Like,
give it to me straight, Doc. How much
if
time do have?
I know what's coming, I can deal with it a little bit better. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what did you think about what you heard? Like, were
Well,
you like,
I mean,
more
I
satisfied, or-
some of it's kind of cool. I'm hearing a couple different things, and of course, they're all spoilers, and who knows if they're true or not until we actually see the final product. But
It sounds like they're changing it.
some of it kind of grew on me. Some of it kind of, like, I think there are some in the ranks that understand, and I think there are some in the ranks that just don't get it. And I think those that don't get it are unfortunately sometimes the ones that have a little bit more power than those who do get it. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's not always, there's not always, as the whole story, there's not always balance to the force. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we're
So,
definitely, I think, in a
and
state of imbalance. Especially
It's definitely in an
because
imbalance right
people
now.
can't agree that it's even good. Like some of the last movies, like, are they even good? People can't even agree. It's kind of like definitely imbalance in the force right now. Definitely like a lack of a saber, like lightsaber designs and stuff, like we've talked about before. So hopefully there's.
I heard there
some
might be
stuff.
one new saber in this movie. Did you hear that?
I heard that.
I heard one new saber. I haven't seen it yet.
I haven't heard that.
I did hear the rumor that there is going to be one new saber in it. I heard, if you want to talk spoilers, you guys cool with spoilers? Yay or nay?
I think so.
Okay. All right. Here we go. So you ready? Let's lay it on the line, baby. Give it to me. Make me crazy.
This is the time to cut off the video if you don't want spoilers.
Time to put the kiddies to bed. So, I did hear about the one new saber. I heard that Rey is Palpy's granddaughter. Have you guys heard that
I did
one
hear
yet?
that. I did hear that.
You heard that one yet?
I heard that one. I heard that rumor.
I don't know.
I heard that.
Could be cool. We want her to be in the lineage somewhere. We want her to be Obi-Wan's daughter, Luke's granddaughter, the missing twin from the other stories that were canon 20 years ago. There were two solo kids, right?
Yeah.
Jaina and Jason,
Yeah.
right? In a certain storyline.
Yeah.
So maybe she's the
Kylo
twin.
looks
I don't
too
know.
old. No,
They
Kylo's-
separated them at birth like they did
Kylo's
Luke
like
and Leia.
30 and she's younger, right?
Yeah, well,
At least 30.
yeah. I mean, they're off aged a little bit, I guess.
Yeah.
So, but who knows? Anything can
But it's
happen.
the movies.
you know?
They could be freaking 10 years old and people
The
have to
important
accept
thing
it.
to remember is nobody's really gone forever.
Nobody's gone forever. Remember
That's what Luke has told us. That's what he's
Nobody's
teaching
ever
us.
really gone. And
Nobody's ever really gone. So
I don't know.
you know, they can come back. You know, and are we going to see Anakin? Have you heard? Yes or no? I've heard.
Are we even going to see the Knights of Ren?
Are we going to see the Knights of Ren? I don't know. I mean, I'm hoping they dive a little more in the story of why Luke went after him in the first place, or was it more the way Kylo saw it? Luke went after him, or was it more the way Luke saw it? You know, Luke saw himself as in his Force vision.
Yeah.
He saw himself when we saw the flashback. You know,
I don't even buy this Luke though. Like that Luke that we saw, I don't buy that. That's
No.
not Luke. That's not.
I was gonna say in the
That's
last
not a bum.
our last Saber talk I mentioned too, they have a lot to cover.
Yeah.
As much as they're hyping it up, this is the end of the saga. 40 something.
Yeah.
This is all I keep hearing.
But I just
And
think,
all
like,
the cons and everything. They have a lot to cover, and I'm curious to see how they're really going to try to cover all these questions that need to be answered in one freaking movie.
something I'm hoping for. I mean,
Which, by the way, we're hearing rumors that it's like sucks. You know,
this is movie number 9. Okay, I hope that they have some type of a little piece, like even on Return of the Jedi, they omitted the scene. It was 30 seconds. It was awesome, where Luke's in the cave working on his saber. Like, I want to see the lineage of the saber in the story. Like, they're not touching on that enough.
right.
I'm hoping they bring more in, because this saber has been handed down from person to person. We've seen the generation trail.
You know, the one he threw over his shoulder?
He threw it over his shoulder, but now Rey scooped it up and had it, and she's cherishing it now, you know? So, and I heard also, as part of the rumors, that she does fix it. We already know that. We've seen pictures of the, what do they call it? The Fix Flex?
Yeah.
They call it the Ray Flex, the Fix Flex, with the new band on it, and the smaller. It's got a smaller box to it.
Like a lower box.
Lower profile box, yeah. So, but and that's cool. But now I also heard at the end of this movie that I heard this is possibly her new lightsaber that we see. She takes Luke's saber and she takes her traditional saber, the Graflex, and slices them up and makes something new out of them. And that's what I'm really hoping for. I hope that they keep that.
I was just gonna say, it almost sounds like that's expected. I'm hearing this for the first time.
But I don't know if they will. I don't know if they will.
Hell yeah, they will. And
I don't know.
And I guarantee you, I won't be surprised if you see that, because that's all we've seen up until this point by Disney. That's all we've seen is, like Kylo said, let it go, kill it if you must. You know, get rid of the past. It's all poking fun at all the OG fans that want to see that. It's all poking fun at us fans that want that, and they want to introduce all this new stuff. So I won't be surprised if you see a new saber. And I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with that.
They do.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with that. Everybody would like to see a brand new saber. Who doesn't? You know, especially as we're all about sabers.
I mean, everything in the movies we know is definitive canon.
Yeah.
Okay. So we know that in New Hope, the Graflex looked one way with the glass eye and the button. We know that in the Empire Strikes Back, you know, we went to 2 red buttons in the card instead of the bubble strip. You know, there are definitive things. Now, I'm also learning new things. The Graflex, also, I'm hearing lately people talk about up here, they had a secondary screw up there holding the grips on. So I've seen a few models recently like that in people's videos and stuff like that, or photos on some of the forums page or the websites and stuff. So I mean, that's something new.
Being made
I mean, and who knows? I mean, that could have been in scene 4, act 5, but you know, in scene 3, act 2, it had a different thing. You know, a different greebly on it or something like that. So what's correct and what isn't? So I think a lot of that also has to do with you, what you see and what you take from it. You know what I mean? But I just hope that they really need to touch on the lightsaber, and especially I feel like they slapped us in the face by him throwing it over his shoulder.
Yeah,
man.
I don't think
I'm like, I need to go see a psychiatrist because of that. Seriously, like I'm mental right now.
No, but I mean, I think you have to, you know, you can't read too much into that, because it's like, has to be thought of like the ramblings of a crazy person, like to even, you know, like to write.
Do I sound crazy right now?
No, I mean the person who wrote that story, and now you're trying to believe that. So, you know, it's like a crazy person telling you, like, I see ghosts or something, and you're like, am having a hard time believing this because it's so crazy. That's why it's hard to believe.
I'm like, I think I'm like Hesh at this point. I'm over it. I just want to see it.
Yeah.
Just to see how it ends. I'm on the bandwagon. Like
I mean, I gotta go. I
talk trash,
went to
but I want to see
everything
it because I just want to see how it ends. You know,
Absolutely.
Star Wars, you get to see lightsabers.
I think anything with lightsabers.
Anything with lightsabers.
Yeah.
You
It's
know,
like they would do better to just like license out lightsabers as far as like a prop for movies. So like Blade Runner could have lightsabers and Terminator could have lightsabers. And just like license
cool
out
would that
that
be?
to make money.
Yeah.
make money off
Terminator,
And then
the molten
everybody
guy.
has lightsabers and
The
we can
saber
destroy
moltens into
everything.
his hand, man.
Yeah.
And then out of that comes the blade. Oh.
And then he'd be like a
Freaking-
General Grievous
We-
Terminator.
We see the kyber crystal in his wrist,
Yeah.
like implanted in his
That'd be
wrist,
cool.
man.
Shoot,
Yeah,
for
isn't
that,
cool?
for that
And he
matter,
would
Glowing
go
and-
out.
for that matter, Tony Stark could do that crap with his Iron Man.
Yeah, yeah,
There were
Lightsaber.
the same companies and they wouldn't even have to buy it.
That's it.
yeah.
Tony
Just,
Stark
like,
practically
license it.
invented the technology behind that crap, so he can
Yeah.
just lightsaber,
He
Iron Man
sort of
saber.
had it. Like Tony Stark had like them red lasers.
Yeah,
In a few of the different movies that were really like, they were even like, I don't know, not better than a lightsaber because they didn't stop.
yeah,
They were literally like,
I liked when they went into the
destructive.
nanotechnology with Tony Stark. He had the bracelets,
yeah.
clink the bracelets, and
And
the,
it turned into
the whole suit would come
yeah,
out. Yeah, that was cool.
That's funny.
That was
I'm
cool.
not surprised. I'm surprised.
But wait,
that
this
you
is
don't
a
see
Star Wars show.
I know, right? Let's get off Marvel for a second.
That's a different show.
Oh, we got more comments here. Profi code isn't that hard. It took me a week or so fooling with it. That's pretty good. A few hours a day to figure it out. That's
You
true.
are better than I am. my friend.
I was just gonna say more power to you, man, because it's like staring at the Matrix to me. But then again, I haven't really practiced it, so I can't knock it. You know, I haven't even tried, so it just looks complicated. But I'm sure once
It's like reading a foreign language.
once
man.
you sit down, you know, after a couple of times with the right guidance and help from someone that knows, I'm sure it's easier as you go along. Thumbs up this stream, guys. Love the Saber talks from Jeremy King. Thanks, Jeremy.
Thanks,
Appreciate
Jeremy.
it, guy.
Thanks, bro.
Appreciate it. So yeah, what else is our topic tonight? I don't want to stay on Disney too much because then I get annoyed. Let's talk about.
Chris also says with FET 263's color fork, it does what the CFX does in terms of changing color and blades.
Yeah.
So I guess, like since it's open source, the Profi can be,
Yeah.
like we've talked about before. It
Yeah.
can literally do
I've
anything.
known. I already knew that Profi does do the same. You know, that kind of stuff because I've seen it before. I'm part of the the Profi pages online and stuff like that, the forums and the social medias. But
Mhm.
I'm just mentioning the again, I can't speak for Profi because I haven't gotten into it that deep as far as figuring it out. But and code writing, but I'm just talking about the user friendliness of how easy it is to look for a person like me that doesn't do the code writing. I'm saying it's just press the buttons and pick a color. It's that simple. Whereas Profi, I think you got to go in there and learn, a little bit further. And I'm not knocking it because I have Profi on my other Saber. And I'm obsessed with Profi. I mean, that was the first I got introduced with the smooth swing was through Profi.
When
And I
we
love
first
it.
saw those effects, like the ones we saw tonight from this on the Profi, we were bugging out.
Yeah.
We were taking pictures
So
like
cool.
crazy.
Yeah.
So cool. And one of the cool things, Anthony has a smoke machine in the corner of the room, and
It
he
makes
smokes
it
the
look
room up.
crazier.
Oh, it's so cool. The smoke machine adds so much effect to the Saber. And the flame effect coming out of the
That
Saber
looked wild.
with the smoke, and you're
You could
watching it
lose
on
the
camera. Oh my
blade
God, it
part
looks
of it.
real.
Like you could kind of not see the blade.
Yeah.
Like the blade.
The
tube
smoke
and
hid the
just
blade
see
tube, and you could see the
Yeah.
fire. Yeah.
That was cool.
Yeah.
We were really liking that.
Very cool. Very cool.
On both the CF10
Oh,
and
yeah.
the Profi. Yeah, that was cool.
Very cool. Very cool. Very cool effect. The
Yeah.
fire effects, just total. And you can change the color. Like you can do a blue fire, you can do a green fire, and it's different
like
shades.
All those
of di-
effects, it seemed like
Oh,
you
man.
could change the color
Yeah.
with the tuning. Can we see more of that? Because I want to see like.
See if you can turn it on.
Can
See
you go
how it
to
looks
the
on
one
screen.
that I liked where it was like a twinkling in the color and then change the
The
color?
sparkles.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
so
thought that was so cool.
we'll
Like,
shoot-
I don't know if this camera's
It's
gonna
like-
pick it up, but right now, let
You
me
can see the
explain what it is.
photons exploding inside
Yeah, like
the blade.
right now, this is a solid blade, basically.
It's
Right
got a
now,
little
it's
flicker
flickering.
to it.
It's got a light flicker right now.
And then he's gonna change it to something that like has a little effect in there.
So right now we're in blade profile, right? There's what's that one called?
That's
Rainbow
like
or
the
candy?
rainbow or unicorn, I guess. I
I
don't
call
know.
it
Now that's like a blue flame right there.
Yeah.
So right now in person, there are parts of the blade that go dark as it crinkles up and crinkles in. You know.
Yeah, it's hard to see on camera, but
Now,
'cause Neopixel
just turning
is
it, you
right
just
on.
added some
Is that
purple
one
into
like,
it.
yeah.
it's a different type of fire.
I actually really like that one.
Yeah.
That's a
It's
different
very
type
cool.
of
It's
fire.
like a white base.
It's got white,
like
Then
that
it goes
one.
purple,
into-
and then into a blue.
That looks like a great sunset, doesn't it? Like a really
Beautiful
cool, like,
sunset,
winter
like a purple
sunset.
sky, man.
That's sick.
And right now is like a sunny blue day with a few clouds in the middle.
Now,
Totally
now,
cool,
we're
man.
now we're just telling you the weather. Partly cloudy with a side.
Yeah.
There's a rain.
I think I would like.
Should we get to the one
The-
that
I would
think
sit and stare at
yet.
that for like an hour. Just
Now this is
Oh my
flickering
God.
and dimming at the same time.
oh,
yes, it is.
I thought it
Yes,
cycled back around.
You
but I
can
guess
see it
this
on
is
camera. It
Pulsing.
flickers and
it looks
pulsing,
like it's
yeah.
pulsing.
Okay.
Yeah.
There it is.
There it is. That's the one
I like
Anthony
that
wanted.
one. So
It's
I don't know.
unstable. This is unstable.
That's unstable. Okay, I like that in blue because I never saw that in
This
blue.
is a different form of unstable.
It's
This
a little bit more
this
blue,
one has
less
more
more
white in it.
yeah,
'cause
more white,
that,
more blue.
That house is like the white. I don't
Is that
know.
the one you were talking? I don't
Yeah.
think that was the one you
So
were
cool,
talking
man.
That is because like when you were swinging that around.
Now, can you change the color? Can you
It
do
looked
like
like
a
it was-
red unstable as well?
about. Yeah.
Well, it looked like
Well,
since
you picked-
it was all white.
All right.
like
It was
dots.
that one.
And it looked like it was snowing when he turned the blade around.
So let me see like a
Crazy.
red unstable.
All right. So this is unstable. Let's choose.
You
Let's
like
choose
lock
that.
that in. Okay.
And then let's go into spectrum and then change the color. But the unstable will stay.
Okay.
Spectrum.
Okay.
I don't know what I did, but all right, we're in spectrum.
Okay. Oh, there we go.
Purple. Like a
Oh, wait, go
greenish
back
blue.
one.
There you go. There's the
I want
red.
to see Viridian. Oh yeah, look at that Viridian one.
This one.
Isn't that nice?
That's awesome.
It looks so.
It's unbelievable, man.
That looks like it's alive. That looks like it's alive too.
Totally,
Is
it's
that what
dancing.
you wanted, Harris?
The photons were dancing on the blade of the.
That's actually changing from like
Oh, my
peach
God.
to red to orange.
Now
to
it
yellow.
really looks like a fire hilt.
That looks
Like that looks like
fire,
a
yeah.
Kylo Ren hilt, you know? Like the fire
Yeah.
coming off of it.
Like a red orange on there.
Maybe there's
dancing.
more yellow
Oh,
in there
God.
than Kylo.
There's a gold and yellow there.
Oh,
There's yellow and white
so cool.
flicker. There's green and
Green
white.
and white.
Or not so much green, like a
More
line.
like a yellow, like
That's
a
different.
viridian.
Yeah, that's
That's
different
kind
than
of
before,
viridian.
though. This has got like more. It looks like a highlighter color.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a highlighter, like a light
like a
stick.
neon yellow.
Like a neon light stick, yeah.
This is like
It's
a
orange.
orange, is it?
Orangey kind of, yeah. It's
It's like
kind of
a
orangey with white. in
Sherbet.
it.
Sherbet, right?
Yeah,
This
yeah.
is more orange.
That's
here.
more orangey
That's like the
peach.
surface of the sun.
Yeah.
The colors,
Maybe
just
that's the surface.
unlimited. The colors are
Just
just
is like
unlimited.
red and orange or red
Yeah.
and yellow.
And all
I don't know if
selectable
that's
from right
coming
inside the hilt.
across on
And
the
then
screen,
back to what is this, like an aqua color? Aqua
Yeah.
blue or something? It looks
Hmm.
almost greenish.
Edmundo's in the chat. Hey Mundo.
Who's here?
Edmundo.
Oh, yeah, what's up, dude?
Look at this. This is a really good blue. Go back one. I like that blue. Is that the one you're starting at?
I think that's the one I
favorite
started
one, yeah. That looks like it's like, Hoth or something. I
Yeah.
feel like that's snowing or something. That one looks like
I love the
A New
aura
Hope.
coming from the blade on camera. Oh, I can almost feel the heat coming off the blade. No, master! Oh my God, the colors.
that's crazy. Yeah, so that's like one of the two unstables. Oh,
I feel like I'm putting my hands on the campfire.
Yeah, that's cool because the flash on Clash was yellowy and the blaster effect was purpley. See that?
Yeah.
It's like a shot of purple in there.
That's pretty decent.
This is like one step below holograms, I swear. This is one step below holograms.
I'll tell you, man, that technology keeps advancing.
Neopixel's awesome.
It's amazing.
Awesome.
I'm just excited to see what's invented next besides an actual lightsaber.
Yeah, I mean, like I told you before, it better be like just a hologram lightsaber.
Yeah, I was gonna
that
say there's
just
no way I can
passes
handle real
through us,
lightsaber without
'cause,
chopping an
yeah,
arm off.
I
So
can't take that risk.
yeah. I can't take that risk either.
Yeah.
I'd
I'd wind up in the hospital a couple nights a week.
I'll have to get like so good at like kendo or something. Like, we'll have to
I
go
swear.
to classes like 6 nights a week.
I'll end up like
Meditate.
I'll end up like Alita, all metal parts on my whole body, chopping everything off.
And with all broken stuff around the house, like chopped in half, everything.
Holes in walls. Oh man.
That's funny.
Yeah, it's just awesome. The colors coming off of that thing.
Nah.
So cool. All
I'm in
user
love- I'm in
adjustable
love with
from
this.
right inside
I'm in love
the
with this. My new metal cheesesteak. I love it.
Imagine if like there was a real toy like lightsaber that they came out eventually with, and just like ours, the blade could come flying out if you didn't twist it in, and then maybe it lands like in the neighbor's yard if you're outside, and it just
Catch
starts
fire.
like sizzling through like the earth until like, it gets to like Australia or something.
like the alien blood going through the.
Well, actually, it would only last as
Going
far
through
as
the
the
levels.
battery would go, right? Like I guess if the whole system came out of it.
Well, that could actually happen with a Disney saber because all their sabers are the
Just
guts
like
are on the
all
bottom.
innards.
Yeah, it's just pop in and click in place. You know.
That's funny.
And they all have the crystal like right in the middle, right? All the
Yeah, I
Disney
think
sabers
that's
have the
cool.
crystal. Yeah,
I'd love
and
to
you,
incorporate something like that into ours, but we need to get like we use like when I do a crystal chamber, I use quartz crystals. So I'm going to have to drill out a quartz crystal and insert an RFID
Well,
chip
did you
in it.
see the Infinity? Did we ever pull up the Infinity Saber by my friend JB Kuma?
No, I haven't
That
seen
like
that yet.
you put in it's like Thanos's lightsaber basically. So
Yeah.
instead of the Infinity Gauntlet, it's Infinity Lightsaber, and it has the Infinity Stones around it. And when you put in, like, let's say you put in the red Infinity Stone, like it will
Oh, you
be
know who
red.
did that?
Oh, I didn't see that. That's-
Shamim had a video
That sounds
a
cool. I
while
didn't
back.
see
of
that.
it.
Yeah, so
Saber
this
like
is
that.
I'll actually pull it up
I
and
think
like, show you guys.
Might have been
a
Shamim.
little
She
clip of that.
posted a video once of
Yeah, I
Saber
want to
like
see that. That's
with
cool.
all the stones on it.
Because Harris, that actually, you know, to have that type of crystal like Disney does, where it goes in and out and it changes. I mean, JB is like the
I've seen-
master of doing that.
I'm not sure who did it, but did you ever see that Graflex? It's like the ultimate Graflex. It has a crystal, and in the center of the crystal is like a brass coupling, and it snaps into the crystal chamber, and the crystal chamber snaps in, and it's all with pins. It's all with pogo pins. So like you could take just the crystal chamber out, and the crystal chamber lights up.
Mm-hmm.
It's a Graflex. I don't know who made it. Might have even been Yoda.
Or
I'm not sure. It's got a real fancy crystal
like
chamber in it.
the early Yoda chassis would have like a bike valve type of LED in there that were like battery powered with a little watch battery, and also my buddy Jedi Arms Dealer does stuff like that.
I'm not
where,
sure
like,
if that's how this worked.
mm,
This had the whole crystal was embedded with like a piece of brass around it, and the brass held the two crystals together, and the crystal would go and lock into the lower section of the Graflex. Then you took that lower section, connected that into the Graflex, and then you put the outer sheath with the grips on it over it. It was all multiple layers, man. Very cool. Very cool stuff. And this is the Infinity Saber?
Yeah, I want to show you guys this. I don't know if I ever brought this out. But,
I could have shown you did a video once.
I think I showed you guys this
A
at
video
some point.
review. Didn't you do a video review on your channel?
No, I had this in my hands once when Jason was here, but I never it wasn't my lightsaber.
Oh, I thought it was one of yours. I think I heard it.
So this is
Oh, I
what he
remember
Crazy
that.
made.
looking.
I may have shown you guys where like
Yeah.
it does different things.
I've never
with
seen
these,
Yes, I did.
with
They're
these
like little
crystals.
magnets.
Yeah, and when
Put
you
them on
when you
here.
put you see that, Harris. So
Oh,
that's
man.
like exactly what you were talking about. This is my friend Jason. He's about to actually
I love
move to he's about to move to Jersey, so he'll be even closer than he is now. But
I
look,
love it.
and so when he does certain
And
things,
they light up.
and they're also buttons. When he does certain things, like he can remove one, and then like the light goes out or something. So you'll see how that works. Crazy.
That's killer work, man.
So you can combine 2 colors, 3 colors, or if you press more than one.
I'm not sure. Yeah,
Like if you push blue and a red,
has
you
it.
can get a purple.
Maybe. Yeah, he has it. Watch this. Yeah, so It was purple. He took out the purple. It went off. But if
Snapped off.
That's different stuff.
Totally cool.
Eastern 57's in the chat. What's going on, buddy?
That is so cool.
Yeah, I really love that lightsaber.
That's pretty cool.
A lot of that, or all of it, is 3D printed.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember seeing that video.
Yeah, that's
very cool.
Super cool.
Pretty decent how they did that.
Very cool.
I like that.
That's my friend at the Mad Science Workshop. You guys can check out his channel, Mad Science Workshop on YouTube. He's got tons of cool projects, not just Star Wars stuff, but other stuff too, and more like mashup stuff like that. Where
Very
it's like
cool.
Marvel mixed with Star Wars, like you were saying before.
That's awesome.
We were talking about both.
Yeah, we kind of dip into other ventures every once in a while.
I mean,
Very
Harris,
cool.
you actually started all the projects you had at home were all of different genres. Like
Yeah,
you
I have
Freddy's
a
glove,
shield that
you
I
have
started.
Alien stuff, right?
Freddy Krueger
Predator
glove.
stuff.
Yeah,
Like
a lot of
lots
laser tag modding stuff.
Lots of DC stuff. Green Lantern's like your favorite thing.
Yeah, I'm into the Green Lantern. I have a lot of lantern rings up. I do a lot of, back in the day, I would do a lot of real fancy little Dremel work. I can't do it no more. I can't see no more. My eyes don't work great. I need glasses now.
Well, you got the glasses. I mean,
Yeah,
you
I
even
get the
left a
glasses.
couple
I
pair of
still
glasses
work.
here.
I'm working on a Saber here.
Yeah.
So, well, you can see some pictures of that I posted this week on Civilized Sabers on Facebook.
Oh, okay.
You can see the pictures there if you want to check them out. It's cool. It's actually, if you want to talk about that for a second, I'm working on a hilt. It's actually a patch store hilt. And I bought the hilt. I don't want to tell how much it is, but $10. I bought it for $10. It was from a convention, and the guy had it in his trunk, and it was broken. So I didn't want the guts. I wanted it with the intent of a mod job, you know? So I was going to take that little skinny board out of it. I have it at home, but I'll never use it again. It's done. So yeah, it's here. But I like the patch store hilt, but I just felt that it needed something. It needed some work. So there's the patch store hilt basically, and I'm just cutting the shroud, and the shroud will go in there. And something cool about this, I'll show you. So you can slide that piece off and on, but if you turn it this way, you open it up, you'll be able to see the crystal chamber in there. So I'm working on some parts there. I just bought some parts from your buddy Jedi Arms dealer on Etsy.
For the crystal chamber?
Yeah, for the crystal chamber
It
here.
looks
So
awesome.
I'm
I really
psyched
like the
for
way
them
it
to come
looks.
in. Yeah, I'll hopefully have them this week. And that'll lock back down so you can play with it in the open config. You know, you can lock it like that, or you can lock it in the closed config and play with the hilt. So it's something I've been working on there, keeping myself busy. But and that's going to get a Neopixel, definitely, man. We're going to
Yeah,
put a
so
Neopixel.
is that going
in
to be your first Neopixel?
And that only
Lightsaber?
takes a 7/8. So you said you like a 7/8 Neopixel, yeah?
I'm really digging the 7/8 lately. The past couple months, it's like I really feel like it gives you that Rebels look to
Yeah.
the blade, which you like.
Thinner
Rebels
blade. Yeah, I love
cartoon, right?
Rebels.
So it's
Rebels
like
are
all the what are the bad guys called? The
Inquisitors.
Inquisitors. Their blades especially. Well, all the blades. But
Very
their blades
thin,
especially
almost
look thin.
pointy, like shaped like a sewing needle almost.
Yeah.
You know, had a sewing needle.
And so
in the shoe.
since like the
Starts to taper at about 2 foot up. You know what I mean? It's about 24 inches in.
And then
Starts
it
to
goes a
taper in,
triangle.
yeah. Kind of interesting, you know, because most of the hilts that we kind of, you know, I mean, the early hilts were just a tube with a cutoff at the top, you know.
Now there's less diffusion in there, obviously, because it's a 7/8. But with the new custom Saber Shop parabolic blade tip on top of the trans white,
Yeah, you
tube,
get a little bit of an image of it.
I think so, yeah. And like some of the LEDs are like tucked up in that parabolic blade tube.
So
and
the tip lights up really good on
yeah, inside the
Neopixel.
tip, yeah, and the tip lights up really nice. The same color as the kind of blade, like the same tone.
Yeah.
And it really looks like, especially you stand in the mirror, it looks like you're
awesome.
like got the real
The mirror,
lightsaber.
and for $30
It's
you
more
bought a smoke
lightweight.
machine on Etsy. Was Etsy or
eBay? Or something?
eBay. You know, so for $30 you could smoke your bedroom up and play with a lightsaber. Wow, man, blows your mind. You know,
I
trippy.
mean, it looks crazy because, like we were saying before, when the smoke machine is on, you can't see the blade so much. And then
No,
when you
it hides.
ignite
It
looks
hides
like
the
it just
tube.
came out of
The
nowhere.
tubage. It hides
Yeah.
the tubage of the blade.
But I think
Yeah.
since the 7/8 is also lighter weight on that type of hilt, that's also very small, like an MHS V2 style thinness. It's going to be more balanced. Like if you try to do
Yeah,
the
because
1
that
inch,
that
it's
hilt
like
is. You know what
heavy.
that hilt was called? This hilt was originally they called. I don't know the Japanese word, but it translated into tiny giant.
Oh.
This hilt was called the Tiny Giant. Had a Japanese name.
You know, ever since you brought that over, I've seen it on eBay. It's on eBay now.
It's like
Some people
$80,
have
right,
80
to
bucks
buy
for
it.
like a complete one with like an LED in
It's
it.
a complete. It's got an
I guess those
in-hilt
hilts
LED,
weren't
single
that
LED
expensive.
with a 7/8 blade, open blade, thin wall 7/8. You could take that for $80, $90, and you got a nice saber that you can take and beat up. It's got good sound. There were certain things on it. To me, the end didn't look finished. So I trimmed down an MHS end. Show you up close here. So I trimmed out an MHS end and I embedded it into that open end there. And then I backed it with a little bit of brass screen just to give it a little image. I think I'm going to find somebody. I'd love a little point, a little maybe a brass or copper cone like coming out of, think like the center of a turbine has the little cone to it.
Yeah.
Like a cone
Something
coming out of
with
there.
with
I
the
could
thread
screw it in
end.
from behind. Yeah.
Oh,
Thread in, or I could either screw it in from behind.
I might have something that's like I have a drawer full of like
cone?
Saber Greebly.
Oh yeah, I might dig in that drawer.
So,
It's always fun to come over Ants
He's
and,
gonna look
dig
in
in
the
his
treasure
drawers.
chest.
Yeah. So,
That's funny.
but yeah,
That's a
this
pretty
thing's
decent
going to
hilt,
be
though. I like
nice.
the
It's
shape
going to
of
be. It's small, but adding the outer shroud work. This is MHS basic tubing. So MHS tubing over top of this, gives it a more customized look.
wait, this was MHS tubing?
I believe this is possibly either MHS V1 or V2. I
I guess it's V2
found the
tubing.
hunk in my garage. I went with it.
Mm.
I actually, don't tell anybody. I'm kind of embarrassed. I dumpster dive where I used to work. There'd be all kind of pipe in the dumpsters, and I would go in and take the pipe out because everything we make is made out of pipe work. It's all the sabers. It's all cut them suckers up, man. You got lightsabers, man.
Yeah,
So I got tubing all over the place.
that's
I'm getting a phone call.
And now we go to our hotlines.
Yeah.
This is pretty decent, though. I like this. It's like ergonomic.
Yeah, I like it. Has the nice grip in the center. Anthony kind of liked that too. He drew up a drawing for me. If you want to see that, kind of what we're going for.
Yeah, I think we kind of showed this last week too when we were talking about it. And look how far Harris got on the actual.
Yeah, I want to put some cut lines down here, and so those cut lines will show the inner detail of the ribbing of this upper section.
Yeah, so like as you can see, we had a possibility for another shroud on top of this shroud.
Yeah.
We're kind of thinking about
on
what
the
to
back
do
here maybe, and
with
I
that,
really
but
want
we're
some
gonna-
kind of a hood. Or you called it a hood
Maybe.
ornament,
Yeah,
almost. You know what I kind of see, like a gun sight almost, kind of
that's kind of
curvature. Yeah, right there, and maybe split in the middle, like coming
Yeah.
out. Like those are your bunny ears,
like bunny ears. Yeah.
but a groove to it, a groove
I'm
well.
always thinking of like alternative bunny ears.
Yeah.
So like
yeah.
or something more futuristic.
Yeah, you even drew a couple up there. You were cutting the little round
right. Like we're thinking
tips
of
off. Yeah.
bunny ear possibilities.
Yeah. So this is how we kind of think out, and actually, I'll be honest with you. I'll even tell the inside of it. I've been in a music writer. Sometimes a music writer gets in a rut. So I actually came to you, and I had you kind of go in, and we picked each other's brain a little bit to come up with some of this, and it worked. You know what I mean? I came over with the empty patch store hilt and a piece of tube, and Anthony cut the two pieces into half, and he kind of displayed it in the middle. And I took it home, and I went with the S curve here. I just kind of sharpied it in. Anthony kind of drew a line for me and gave me my basis to copy. And I'm still playing with it. I'm still going to sand it and file it. And this little crystal chamber back here is going to get bumped up a little bit with some custom made. Right now I have some plastic in there just holding it together.
Actually, like as you're saying that, I kind of get this idea, and I think we had the idea last time, but let me just draw in like little dots to kind of show you that in these crevices here, you know how we might have these channels that kind of run like the length of this.
Yeah.
And maybe in the channels that we're not using for, let's say, a button, but in line with the button. So let's say that's the button. maybe right here there's an LED. Right here there's an LED.
We can light it up from inside.
Yeah, and then so that channel, like they'll blink, and that could be like
You
your
can see
1,
it through
2,
there, yeah.
3, 4.
That could be cool.
That'd be
That's
cool, right?
badass.
So
I have
yeah,
those nice little
that's-
3mm LEDs I used in that Saber that I showed last week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
some
a
good ideas.
Yeah, definitely.
This is going to be nice, and it cost me $10 so far. You know,
Really?
yeah, it cost me $10. So I
Not
had the
bad,
pipe.
not too
I had the
shabby.
pipe, and I bought the thing at the convention last year.
Mhm.
I was with Dave, and the guy said, "Yeah, I got a broken hilt. You want it?" I bought it purposely just for the body,
Let's
purposely
see,
with the intent to gut it.
So the crystal chambers there, right above that is the
Is the
emitter.
little pod for the pogo pins for the blade.
You're gonna use the 7/8 pod there.
Yep.
We're gonna put the battery
Battery in the
here,
handle,
and then your crystal
sound
focus
card,
10
and
right
and
here.
the 28mm speaker will fit in between there. Yeah,
And
what I
you-
did,
because you made a space for that to actually, it's wider.
it's
in there
wider there, and
than-
it'll fit a 28mm speaker pod in there. So I can put a large full-size speaker in there. It's going to be nice and loud.
Harris elongated that. bottom
So
section
actually,
a
yeah,
little bit.
the tiny giant saber originally comes what they are about 10 inches. This one is just a little bit over 11 inches. I added a little bit over an inch or so to it. I just felt it was kind of too
But is-
tiny, too short for me.
That adding is from the bottom or both
Yeah, to the
sides?
bottom.
To the bottom.
To the bottom. So, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a nice cover tech in there to break up that centerpiece. And I'm even thinking maybe a couple Graphex lines, like we scored into that other hilt that we did. I'm going to ask you to maybe hit me a couple lines here
Okay,
and
that'd be
here,
nice.
maybe 3, 1, 2, 3,
Or maybe
and
just
then
at the
matching
bottom part
down
or
here.
something?
Yeah, like 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3 down here.
Oh, okay, that
And
would be
then-
nice.
Yeah, and maybe you're even in maybe the 3 lines here in the middle, maybe intersecting where the what do you call it button's going to go. Maybe the 3 lines will intersect my cover tech wheel. You know,
All right.
that would look nice, I think, back here, and have some lines back here, have some lines back here with the greebly pin, and that's where you can open it and close it. So, like if you open it, and you can actually take that thumb screw and lock it down, and you can turn this on, and because you can lock that thumb screw in, you can go full force with this sucker. You can slam it any way you want, man. Make it nice and solid. You know.
How do you feel about things that are asymmetrical?
What's the word?
I got an idea for one for the
What's it mean?
like
What
not,
does asymmetrical mean?
not the
exactly?
same on both sides.
Opposite. So
Like, you know how a lot of things in Star Wars, it's like the Millennium Falcon is asymmetrical because it's like
it's got that pod on the
on
other
one
side.
and it's like not equal.
Yeah,
You know?
I could go for some vision like that, man.
Because I'm thinking now maybe in one of those channels that's on the side,
Mhm.
Maybe we like cancel our plan to put the thumb screw on the bottom.
Right.
Like you said, you like the glass eye location. What if it's on the side so that that channel can be your slide channel, and you tighten the thumb screw when, like you said, you want it in like display mode.
Ooh.
You can like slide the thing up, tighten
and the
that.
thumb screw is actually
Also
the
the
thumb
blade
screw
is in.
sits in that channel, so you can actually slide the thumb screw up, lock the thumb screw down, and it'll hold. That's actually not bad. And at the same time, it's the blade.
Oh well, the idea
Or-
you just had
or-
sounds different.
or-
but yeah, like I
or
actually like
we
what
could
you
just-
said.
We could just put the channel to the front, maybe to the front and to the back. I don't know.
Because I'm thinking if
Put it
if
on the
we
side.
do the thing where it's on the side and on the side, then it opens it up to do. If you wanted to, you could still do this top shroud. We wouldn't be interfering with the drilling of the holes on the top. You could still do
Yeah.
your top shroud if you wanted to with that, like, what did you call it? Like a rifle
Yeah,
mount
gun
or
like a rifle scope or a
gun
gun
sight
scope,
Yeah, rifle
gun
sight.
sight. Not bad, not bad, not bad. Some good ideas. So yeah, I think this is going to be pretty badass.
Yeah.
You know, I'm stoked to get this going. And that's
Did
going
a
to be
lot-
my
did
first
a lot this
Neopixel, I
week.
guess, right?
Yeah.
We're going to make that my first
Looks like that
Neopixel.
one's gonna happen before the flame for you.
Yeah. Yeah,
Flame
I'm,
is
I'm
taking a
still
little
waiting on
longer.
the flame. It's been since February, March, to April, May, to June,
That-
July,
I can't wait for you to get that.
September,
I
October.
cannot
October,
wait for you to get
November
that.
is
Drive me
9
insane.
months. It's been.
You could actually center that a little more on understand.
Because
but I'm waiting patiently.
that
I'm not going to
saber-
break
come
their
on.
balls.
That saber,
Oh, I gotta stop cursing, though.
lightsabers in themselves are a futuristic weapon, right?
Yeah, so you
That's
get
the
it
whole
in the future.
concept behind it. It's a whole concept behind it. But that flame saber, man,
When are you going to get your saber? In the future.
in the future, in that flame hilt though, that's a whole nother level, man. I'm in love
Yeah,
with
it's
that.
going to be pretty
I'm in
awesome.
love with that hilt. It looks like
I'm excited for that.
That'll be good practice for you to
And
do
that's-
this first, and,
Yeah.
and set up your own Neopixel. And when the flame comes in, it's all
Yeah,
you're doing
perfect.
Neopixel on the flame also.
Yeah, I'm
That
pretty
has you
sure I'm
have
going to do it.
man. Put a CFX in
Neopixel and the
flame
CFX in there.
plus the flame effect.
It's already set up with the 2 buttons.
Yeah.
It's got the setup for the 2 buttons included in the control
Yeah.
box. The copper control box to it. It's kind of on the angled slant.
Yeah.
Oh, it's awesome. It's awesome.
Victor, I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing it wrong. Prasad asked, if I sent you my Vader's Vault Sabers, can you build a blade plug that fits flush with the emitter?
Wait, say again. What did he ask?
He asked, if I sent you my Vader's Vault Sabers, can you build a blade plug that fits flush with the emitter?
Yeah, sure. That's easy. That's an easy ride.
Definitely. You
Build
can
a blade plug,
send us a message,
So
a private
use
message
the,
with
SpaceWIndu blade plug Neopixel.
The SpaceWIndu
Yes.
Neo chip.
yeah,
Neopixel chip.
definitely.
which
That
are
could be
available
done,
on,
Victor. That could be done. You could
Yeah,
you could inbox us with the information, pictures, maybe videos of what you got, the hilt and stuff, and then we'll respond with all the necessary details you need to know about doing it. But yes, it could be
Yeah.
done.
No sweat.
Chris Morlock, we're dorks, bro.
What do you say?
I love it. Chris Morlock, he put we're dorks, bro. We are, man. We're dorks. We're geeks. We love
Yeah,
this
man.
stuff, man.
I'm a saber dork.
That's
man.
it. He also says, yes, Knights of Ren all over the place. Yeah.
Knights of Ren. Cool stuff. man.
Eastern 57. I got your Iron Man lightsaber covered. That's what's up.
Nice.
Oh yeah, he does have that covered.
Yeah.
Yeah. Check out Eastern 57's channel for like a lot of different. Like he's got the Thor hammer.
You hear that,
He's
guys?
got, like-
Eastern 57. Go to his
Is it
channel.
like it talks and stuff? It's got like voices
I
in
showed
it?
you, and you said you would love to build it.
Yeah, I wanna do one for my
I showed
son.
you a few months ago.
I would
Eastern
love to do a Thor's
57.
hammer for my son.
Check out Eastern 57.
And he
has
used
sick-ass
a
stuff
crystal
on there.
focus in it. Am I
I
correct?
think he had a nano in it.
A nano
I
biscuit?
think so.
Very cool.
Jeremy King says 100% Ralph. What is it? Macquarie concept art style.
Oh yeah,
Good
So
stuff.
yeah, man.
original art,
Original art.
original Star Wars art. That's what it's
Yeah. Is
Pretty cool.
he's talking about this hilt, the tiny giant hilt? Is that what he's talking about? He said this is very
Yeah, he says, look, my saber is a
Very
7/8.
Oh,
That old
okay.
school look
Oh,
is
I
awesome.
think he means like the blade style that we're talking about.
Yeah.
That thin blade
Ah.
is like how Ralph McQuarrie would paint it in
Gotcha.
the early.
Now,
Gotcha,
is-
a real thin
aside
blade.
from the look, which you were just talking about with the 7/8, is there any other reason why you prefer that one over the 1-inch, or you like it? Or is it
because
I
just
haven't seen
because
one in
of the
person
weight.
yet.
Like it's I think I sent the one I had out. Because of the weight as well, so it's
lighter,
like,
yeah.
when you're spinning it around,
Yeah.
it feels more like a lightsaber, where like there's nothing on the end.
No
of
weight
the
to it.
hilt.
No weight to it.
Yeah.
I like
I
that.
got- I would- I would
kind
like
of
to
I
try
kind
it.
of think I want to. That's why I'm jonesing to do this in a 7/8. It's
Yeah.
a little different, you
Now,
know.
like for people, like I saw Gabe looking at like really close at the blade before, and you're kind of looking at like any kind of corn cobbing or anything else that's going to show through more on the 7/8. There's like less diffusion there, but it's like when you stand 6 feet, but that's looking at it within 12 inches, right? But when you stand there and look in the mirror, and you're holding the like, it looks more real.
Yeah.
It looks more real.
I gotta
So
see that. I
it's
gotta
kinda
see
like
that up close,
yeah.
man. I definitely have to see that up close.
I'll make sure I have one that the next time we do
Yeah.
the show, so you guys can
Yeah.
kind of compare it or something. But you know what? The video quality, like on this stream, isn't as good. I don't think as like recording the video like we did before and then posting it. You can maybe see the blade a little better. This is maybe a little less
Yeah.
like quality. But
They're streaming. That's cool. Any other topics we want to dabble on or tackle?
I've been playing with crystal chambers lately. I ordered a bunch of parts a while back from TCSS.
Yeah.
The little piping, the little goes over the 3/8, I think 3/8 brass tubing goes over the 440 threaded rod. So, and I've been actually, I actually have a picture if you want. I can give it to you, and I've been updating my crystal chamber on my old MHS Graflex that I have. Just fancying it up. More greeblies added to it, you know. Yeah. And it's actually kind of messed up. I'm actually going to eventually bring it back here, and I think Ant and I are going to have to perform some team surgery on it. And but I'm thinking about maybe updating it. What do you think? Update that to a Neopixel? Put a Neopixel chip.
I haven't touched that saber in a long time.
Yeah, kind of update that. What do you think of that? It's pretty much set up. I mean, all I got to do is just run the new 7/8, the new emitter pod. It's MHS based, so it's just an MHS emitter pod. And yeah, so something I'm thinking about doing.
Yeah, you know, set that up and like watch the old movies.
Yeah.
Or maybe even set it up like Ray's Graflex if you like. Yeah, if you've seen Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see. Speaking of that Rayflex crap, I'm curious to see. I mean, because everybody's already seen it in the movie trailers and all that crap that she has the Graflex again. I'm curious to see how she puts it together. I'm wondering if she's always been a tinker, you know. She's scraps and stuff like that. So I don't know if she just puts it together, or is it a Jedi thing where she uses the Force to put it together, or is it Luke or Force Ghost or somebody that tells her?
Well, I heard at this point now. I heard she's a
see.
full-fledged Jedi, and she goes to Luke's house on Tatooine.
Well,
yeah.
I've heard that in this movie she's already been,
and
like,
that's
for 5
where
years she's been.
She finds saber parts there, and that's where she builds the new saber at the end. Like, that's what I'm hearing. The end of the movie is her, like, she builds her new saber and she looks out into the twin suns on Tatooine. That's the end.
I mean,
and that's the beginning of all the Ray movies coming after that. You know,
yes, I mean, are they gonna? Is that?
Isn't that what's happening?
Is that not?
They're setting the freaking scene for all the new characters. That's all they're doing. They're not stupid, man. They're setting up for the next generation. That's what I keep telling you. They're getting rid of all our favorite characters because it's all about now Ray. Not knocking Ray because I love her. I'm a big fan, but that's all it is. So if you see what Harris is saying, you know, don't be surprised. They're just setting up the next movie because now it's going to be.
Yeah, as long as there's lightsabers in it,
that's all I care about. Just, dude, this is all I want to see right here.
As long as there's lightsabers in it, I'm happy.
Like the banging around of the lightsabers that I've seen in the trailer and stuff, it just looks like the same old again and again.
But that's what I love, though. I'll be honest with you. I'm happy with that.
But in the ones that you
love,
traditional, like emotion in those fights, like, you know, in this one it's like Rey versus Kylo, Rey versus Kylo, Rey versus Kylo. It's just over and over without the emotional part.
Yeah, you think so?
I don't know.
Well, maybe they'll put it. Maybe Daisy Ridley and what's his name, Kylo, get together and work it a little bit. You know, I don't know.
I've heard
I just hope that it's cool, man. I hope that it's not against what the Jedi would do.
Listen, don't go in there with emotional expectation and like, oh yes, it's 40 years. I want to see. No. I just want to see how the story ends. I'm not looking.
I'm a creature of habit. Give me what I know.
You're gonna be disappointed, man. You go in there with your high hopes, worrying about you're gonna get emotionally touched.
As long as there's lightsabers in it, I'm happy.
No, they killed off Solo and Luke. So guess what? I'm done with that crap. Yeah. I'm not going in there and getting emotionally attached to what happens in 40 years to be crammed in one movie to see how the saga.
So let me ask you guys something. Do they kill off Leia in this or no?
Yeah.
They do. She dies in this one.
And 3PO, right?
Yeah, well, I heard C-3PO. Now I'm hearing different things. Mind wipe. They wiped his brain again. Every time they get, something happens, they just take that fucking guy and wipe his brain out.
Yeah.
You know?
He kind of has that unfortunality every like 20 years to get his brain.
Yeah, he's got to have his whole thing wiped out.
Yeah.
They can't post anything else,
Yeah. They wipe his freaking brain out.
I got a computer like that.
They reboot him and he introduces himself as Siri.
They can't trust him. That's why.
Can't trust him. Nope.
He's like Fredo in The Godfather. He talked.
He knows too much.
He knows too much. He talked at the end. They had to kill him off, man.
3PO knows too damn much. They need to freaking wipe him. They need to whack him.
Oh, by the way, protocol droid mine's wipe.
They need to take him on a little ship for a little stroll somewhere.
You know what? Something comes to my mind. You guys ever see the movie Casino?
Yeah, that's old.
The end of the old movie, right? But
Yeah.
great movie, right? The end of the movie, Casino, okay? But instead of Joe Pesci and his brother getting beat up by the baseball bats, it's C-3PO and R2-D2. And R2-D2's like a beat up dented trash can now. And they throw all the parts in the grave in the middle.
Oh my god, that's hilarious. Hey, for you guys wondering, Ant hasn't left. He's right next to us, just on the workshop here, working on some sabers.
He's working. He's building on safety.
We don't
on
stop.
sabers.
It's nonstop here at Civilized Sabers on the Destiny. So he's just right here next to us working.
What are you
I wish
working
I
on,
could turn
Ant?
the camera, but it's a whole.
I'm
Let me
actually
see if I
trying
can.
to attach
Maybe I can.
No, actually, don't turn it over.
No, okay, I can't. I'll mess up the wiring, right?
Yeah.
There you go. Let me leave it as is.
That's the
I don't
secret
wanna-
section, dude.
Yeah. He's like, don't.
That's the secret squirrel spot.
Yeah.
Nobody gets to see there. Only
you
the
can't-
few
even if I
privileged
turned it, you
get to
can't see him
inside
anyway,
the
'cause-
operating table.
Even if I turn, you can't see him anyway because his back is to us anyway. But at any rate, he's here. What time is it? 7:20 almost. Okay. So if you guys have any questions for Ant, Hesher, myself, feel welcome to ask away here, because we're going to be here for a little bit.
Yeah, we're going to do another.
And for the people that have hung out with us so far, thank you so much for listening. I know sometimes we get repetitive in our talks or whatever, but we just like hanging out, shooting the shit a little bit about, sabers and what's going on. So
just some saber nerds hanging
that's
out.
it. Like Chris said, we're dorks, bro. That's it. We're dorks. So
I was telling a buddy of mine last week, so when I come here, I feel like a 5-year-old kid. And I'm going down the street. My buddy Jimmy down the street. You got good toys at home, but Jimmy's got really good toys.
yeah.
And we come here, and Ant's Jimmy,
That's how it is.
and we're playing with Jimmy's
You're
good
looking
toys. when
for
we come here.
excuses to tell your mom to go to your buddy's house because he's got better toys and whatnot.
Yeah, man.
And that's how it is here. It's pretty cool.
And he's good to us. He feeds us too.
Yeah. All inside
Thank
the
you.
spaceship.
We get to hang out in the Starship Destiny,
I was
baby.
just gonna say, Grubhub travels a couple light years away to catch up to us to bring us pizza and stuff like that. So it's pretty decent. For those of you who have not, who didn't log on earlier, or whatever, we did talk a little bit. I just want to show it again. My new Genesis Custom Sabers Ascend. Props to Mad Cow for his work.
Yeah, let me ask you a question,
Some of the
Dave.
cleanest work I have ever seen on any hilt. Pretty awesome.
Let me ask you a question. You gonna deal with that?
Yeah. Yeah, he
You
even
gonna
says
beat it up a little bit?
Yeah, he even says you can duel with it.
It's gonna get a scratch here and there.
Yeah, it's fine because I want to personalize it anyway.
How about the
Make
blade?
my
You
own.
feel comfortable about beating the blade up?
Yeah. Well, these are SpaceWIndu blades, man. They can take a beat, and I love these blades. Some of the
That's
brightest
true.
I've ever seen have been SpaceWIndu.
That's true.
Even when he was doing what was the other one you were doing? The string blades. The string blades that Anthony makes to this very day. I have
Strong.
never seen anything so freaking bright. And I'm telling you, because how long have we known Ant already?
5 years?
5 years? Not a long time, but long enough to know and get
We're
get
family.
used to these blades.
5 years, we're family, dude.
Anthony's blades are like the brightest I've ever seen. My God! And now Neopixel to me is awesome, the technology. But I've said this before. This is not something new. That the other blades, the string blades you used to do, are still like, I don't know, they're way brighter than the Neopixel, but they just can't do all the cool stuff that the Neopixel does. Obviously, with the technology advancing all the time. But I love these blades, man. Anthony's, they're the best ones. I have never seen a blade as bright as SpaceWIndu so far.
Yeah, it's gonna be cool.
You guys can get, if you want a SpaceWIndu blade, you can get them at Civilized Sabers.
CivilizedSabers.com. You can get your own SpaceWIndu blade there, man. They're on there, and you will not be disappointed. They're like the brightest and
You
sturdy.
selling shirts? You gonna sell shirts on the
I think
website?
there's shirts on there too. And,
You're gonna have some shirts.
There's like
Nice
different
Civilized
sections,
Saber
like-
shirt. I don't know if
Yeah.
you're selling this one. You selling this model?
That one might be there. I think maybe the Last Jedi one is on there, and
Yeah, the
Very
Last
cool.
Jedi one's on there.
we're gonna be adding more stuff.
Very cool.
But as of right now, I do think you can get the enhanced Neopixel blades, which I'm pretty sure is like exclusive to us. I don't think anyone else is really offering those. So you can get Neopixel RGB strips inside enhanced photon green,
Oh, very cool.
enhanced amber, enhanced red, and enhanced blue.
I'm telling you, man, best
Parts.
blades
You
ever.
can get parts here to build your own super duper Neopixel blade.
Yeah. Enhanced
That's good
Neopixel
stuff.
blades on CivilizeSabers.com.
That's good stuff.
Different enhanced colors and stuff like that. They're brightest. You'll love it.
You want fire
I might wanna
sabers?
get
You
an
need
enhanced blue for mine too.
Space
Yeah,
Windu
that might be
blades.
sweet.
What's that?
You need fire sabers. You need Space Windu blades.
That's right. Yeah, man, definitely. Let me see. Oh, Eastern 57. Thanks for the shout. You got it. You got it, brother.
Yo.
Mundo, gold color, just awesome every time I see it. Yes, it is.
Gold color on the Neopixel is
Yeah.
awesome. Yes. Very cool.
Look, he says, who's this Z-Sickles? Asymmetrical disturbs my OCD. You know what's funny? 'Cause when Anthony said that, I thought the same thing. I'm like, I don't know how I would feel about asymmetrical stuff.
Me too.
But it's true. It's cool. You know, let me change the. Let me change the blade profile.
I have Zeocles Graflex here, and the Graflex is inherently asymmetrical. Don't you think? You know, it's got
Yeah,
a box
'cause the
on one
box is
side,
kinda
it's
tilted
off
to the
the
side.
and
Yeah.
it's-
Yeah,
Is
but
it
it does have a lot of
pronounced
symmetrical
it
stuff
wrong.
too,
It
though.
does. It does.
Is
You
it
know,
Z-
the button and the glass eye are symmetrical.
Shroud, yeah.
Pretty cool. So what you working on now, Aaron?
She's just trying to attach an SMD LED to the board.
Oh,
Kind of a pain.
Tiny,
Not easy for me to attach
little
SMD.
teensy weensy.
Yeah.
Nanotechnology.
I'm trying to use tape to help me set it, and it's difficult.
Pretty cool. So anyways, what was something else I wanted to say and I forget now. I wanted to talk about.
Are either of you guys gonna play that Fallen Order?
That's what it was. That's what it was.
I'm
Who
trying
was
to read
who was
it.
getting ready for the Fallen Order, the Jedi Fallen Order game? I am. I'm excited.
You gonna
about
buy it?
Yeah, heck yeah.
What do you play on Xbox? Or is
No,
it-
I got PS4.
Oh, okay, that's what I'm gonna get. It for.
Yeah, I got PS4.
But it's all gonna be single player, right?
Yeah.
So it's just like you don't go online, you just play. Single
Yeah,
player.
yeah.
That's gonna be sweet.
Yeah, see, I don't, and not because I'm against it. I just never done online gaming.
Do they make it for Xbox
So
or no?
all my,
I
yeah,
don't
yeah.
know.
Now, if I get it, like my kid has an Xbox. If I get it for Xbox, can I play with you guys or no?
No, I think
No.
everyone's gonna play single player. It's gonna be just story mode.
It's
just
not
story
online
mode.
like.
Oh, I
Like
thought you
the,
could play together.
What was
Yeah,
the
not
other with
this
Star Wars?
Battlefront.
Battlefront. Yeah, it's not like
was where
that.
you could
That was
fight-
all
you could
online.
Fight each other. But,
Yeah, but this one is like just one player adventure mode.
Okay.
but it's cool because you're a
far as I know.
a Jedi who survived Order 66, so you are
Okay.
trying to run away from Darth Vader and all that stuff.
So
All right.
yeah, so for a few years you're in hiding.
So it's after Order 66. That
yeah,
timeline.
and you're in hiding,
Like the
and
signal's out, like Obi-Wan sent the signal.
yeah, and then something happens in the game where you're forced to have to use your force power, and that kind of reveals who you are, and people start catching on to you and all this stuff. So you start going through all this stuff, and like a whole plot is in there, and you know it's like a freaking movie. It looks awesome, but I definitely want to get it. I mean, who doesn't want to be a Jedi with a saber? You know, it's gonna be awesome, man.
I want to do it for that reason too.
Yeah, it's awesome. It would be cool to play that game in POV mode on VR. That would be amazeballs, if you ask me. Mundo Cabrera says, still working on my crystal chamber, where to put it in Saber and wiring. Cool. What
Usually the crystal chamber has holes in it, and you can run the wiring through, or you can run the wiring through some brass tubes.
what saber are you talking about too, Mundo? What's
He's making
specific?
like a custom saber.
Oh, it's a custom? Okay.
Kind of like a Luke Return of the Jedi style saber, or like an Obi-Wan.
Okay. Pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I think I'll eventually end up getting myself a Graflex. That's the other one that eluded me that I never
Yeah, I want to redo my Graflex.
came around to getting.
I think I want to do like what was your buddy Ant we did that one Graflex for with the gold parts in it?
Steven.
Steve, yeah.
McLaren, yeah.
Yeah, that I'd like to do
You've
something on
always
the
liked
line
way
with that.
that chamber
That was
looked.
beautiful. The crystal chamber was all 3D printed
Oh,
and
wow.
had a lot of gold 3D printed parts in it.
Yeah.
It was like, imagine like taking charms and stuff off a necklace.
Yeah.
And putting it inside a
That was
lightsaber,
like a
you know?
bling bling saber.
Yeah, totally cool.
Pimped out.
Totally cool.
Yeah, I definitely want to get. If I do get one, it'll be just for looks, not for dueling or nothing. I just want to be able to have it,
Well,
You
we
put that
just
one in like a glass case or something.
something like that. You know.
we're kind of doing a Graflex over there for another guy.
Yeah.
And that's got a basic chassis in it. It just has the speaker, and it has the 2.1 millimeter plug in it,
Yeah.
and it's got a turning screw, so you turn it and it activates it, so you don't have to actually pull the kill key unless you're actually charging the hilt.
Yeah.
You have to pull the kill key to charge the hilt.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's pretty cool. So we can do it up as fancy as you want, or we can do it as basic as possible.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can do a Graflex. You can pick up a Graflex now for, pretty cheap.
Couple
Usually
bucks.
under $100, $200. I think.
Yeah, I definitely want to get one.
Graflex
Definitely wanna
2.0
get
is around
one.
$2 bills.
Every lightsaber enthusiast or collector needs to have one, and I've been lazy in that part because I've been so into the MHS and the custom stuff all these years and then I'm like, everybody has a Graflex, and but it's time to jump on the bandwagon, people, and get myself a Graflex just to have. I don't care if I put it in my office at work or
Up on your desk.
up on the desk or somewhere or at home, but I definitely want to get one. Gotta have the Graflex, man. And then I'll just do with the Ascend and my Saber Forge. Although I have to update that firmware on the Saber Forge because that coffee board is outdated. I think it's been glitching for a while, so I gotta update that card and everything. See if I can get some of the glitches out because I've been having glitches with that coffee board and whatnot.
Or it's with the speaker, right?
I don't know because the speaker comes on, it just cuts off.
Mm.
And I'm thinking it's a firmware or card issue, not a speaker problem. That's just my personal view of it. But then again, we'd have to go in there and try that first and process of elimination stuff,
Yeah.
Update the card and see if that works. And if that doesn't work, then go on to the next thing. Or reformat it or whatever we have to do. And then if that doesn't work, then look into the speaker problem for why the speaker's cutting out. But I've read that several times of other people with the Profi boards where the speaker's cutting out a lot and things like that.
Now, do you think that's more software based, or do you think it's more hardware based?
I think it's software.
You think it's more software?
I personally think it's software.
Something in the programming.
That's what I think.
Hmm.
I think it's glitching for some reason, and I think it's just a matter of maybe updating the firmware or something, the software, trying all that stuff first, and maybe that'll get rid of the problem. I mean, I'm on to the third, fourth speaker already,
I think it's
Yeah, and you've only had
It's
that
like
thing
the-
a couple months.
and I've only had it a few months. I've already been through 3 or 4 speakers. Thinking
and you
it's the
keep buying
speaker.
those really good ones.
Yeah.
You're buying the 4-watt.
Yeah. Now, after reformatting and reprogramming and updating everything, we determine and find out and realize it is a speaker problem, then I'm going to go with the Saber Essential speakers because they're really good. I like those speakers, Saber Essentials, 2-watt bass speakers. That's what I'm really going to go for. But I think it's just updating the firmware program issue, not the hardware stuff. But that's just me.
What are you guys working on lately? You guys working on anything?
Well, we know Mundo's working on something with the crystal chamber. He just said he's putting on there.
Very nice.
That's pretty cool.
Very nice.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm in love with this thing. I keep staring at it. Like a kid with a new toy.
Yo, when that thing is done, it's going to be hot. I'm telling you.
You think so?
When you put the windows in there,
Yeah.
all the gribblies and everything you need, and
Yeah, you
pump in
think?
that CFX with the Neopixel.
Neopixel in there.
That's going to be so sick.
It's tiny, man, but it's solid. It's the same thickness as
Yeah.
everything else.
Yeah.
This little grip section here is really ergonomic. Just feels good holding it right there, you know?
Yeah.
You think, yeah? What do you think? I'm in love with this thing.
Yeah,
That's a
I
good
like
choke
that,
point. That's a really
grip
good choke
area. That's going to be good for spinning.
That's a really good choke point.
You like the S-curve in it?
Yeah.
Now, I don't know. I showed you guys. I sent you some pictures. What do you guys think about mounting it opposite ways? Almost looks like a bird's bill or a duck's bill or something. like that.
I don't know.
I
how
had a
to feel
saber
about
I
it.
made like that one time.
Yeah, you did something like that? No, I didn't do
that
it.
as much as like aligning it, but it's a design choice. You
Yeah.
decide.
I like it the other way.
I don't know. You like it more this way.
Like what happens with the
Yeah.
light is pretty interesting when it's the other way, like the light reflecting off it kind of interesting
Right.
ways. But to me, that's like a flower, and I like it to be more like a weapon.
I got you.
Follow
I
that
dig it. I get where you're
reference
going.
line.
It's like a flower coming, like a flower bloom coming.
Yeah,
up.
that's how. I mean, it's cool. Like if you've never done that before, like I did do one like that. So I just like to go the other way. The
Yeah.
aligning way now,
Yeah. I definitely see that.
like a hump of it.
Yeah, hump up there, the hood ornament. I
Yeah.
love that, man. Where would you recommend getting a hunk of metal for that?
Well, this right here.
Oh, you have some. Oh, I get to play in Anthony's drawer again. You can cut a piece of that. I could start with that. Oh yeah, that's thick enough, huh?
See how raw it is?
Yeah,
But see
it's
how
a lot
thick
of
this-
work. How raw it is.
This takes something to cut. What's better to cut this with is,
Yeah, you cut that with a pipe, but you're also cutting sections with the Dremel, right?
well, even like I've been doing this with a Dremel, but it's awful. So I suggest, what's the next level up from a Dremel? It's available at like Harbor Freight or one of these stores. It's not a
Like a
Sawzall.
tool?
It's like a bigger Dremel with
A
a
lathe?
no with a better cutting wheel than a Dremel.
Okay.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
No, I don't. I haven't seen it, but I do go to Harbor
It's like
Freight.
a heavier duty Dremel,
Yeah.
but
Okay.
with like a bigger cutting disc.
What does something like that run? Offhand.
I don't know. My dad has one. I got to figure out because it'll cut through this better. This is so thick; it just takes a lot to cut through this. But I have made some pieces out of this.
Yeah, I can see that.
Like,
It's a nice piece of metal.
yeah,
Very cool.
and you can shine it up real nice too.
Oh yeah.
It doesn't look like it right now.
Yeah. Yeah, that hood ornament, what was it, the Imperial Knight saber you made?
Oh yeah,
That super sweet, super dynamite sweet.
thank you.
Now, you also had said, like at one point, Ant, you and I were texting, and you were talking about aligning the outer piece with the inner piece, like that. You were talking, like your Imperial Knight,
I thought it could work like that. It
like
could
that.
also
What do you
work
think of
with-
that, Gabe?
it could also
See, this
work
is
with
we're
nothing.
talking about aligning that, or
And then also more up, but with the top piece. Turn it around.
or
Now bring
Aligning
it up
that.
flush. Yeah, like more up to the top more.
right there.
Yeah, like more flush, like that. Like more even.
Yeah. I kind of like it like that.
With a little bit of a lip.
I like it like that.
Yeah.
A little bit of a lip, not too much. As opposed to the opposite.
Yeah, I don't know if I like that. At first I was
It
playing
look,
around
don't
with
get me
that.
wrong, it looks cool, but it's just not my cup of tea.
Yeah.
It's not my cup of tea. I prefer lining it up flush
Yeah.
and maybe give it a little bit of a lip to give it that shroud effect.
Yeah, I started playing with that blade plug in there too. That's kind of pushed into the piping from the crystal chamber.
Yeah.
So it's kind of holding in right now. I'm going to have a greebly for like a thumb screw for the blade. It's got a very deep socket. I was really surprised. This takes a 7/8. It goes down almost 2 inches into here. So that gives me the little holder for the pogo pins for the Neopixel. That's about a 1/2 inch. So that'll fit in nicely into there. And then I'll lock that in with a set screw from the inside. And then that will give me still 1.5 inches of insertion tube length on that 7/8 blade to lock it in there,
Yeah.
So I'll have nice, it'll have a lot of grip in that on that blade. So I shouldn't have any, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I shouldn't have any problem with the blade coming out, the
Yeah.
blade overextending or hyperextending out.
Yeah.
Especially when, hey, Ant, do you find the 7/8 when you twirl it, do you find it kind of bends more?
Only if you make it too long. Like
Okay.
You wouldn't.
And I don't like a real long
Yeah.
blade. I actually more of a fan like of a 28.
That would be so nice.
Yeah.
It'd be so nice. You know what the benefit of the shorter blade is? The brighter.
Yeah, I was just gonna say.
Oh yeah, it is bright.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
It's
I like a little bit shorter blade because I'm a short guy. I'm only 5'5". So like where Anthony
More
would
fun
use
to
like,
twirl that around.
what size blade do you prefer? Like a 32, a 36?
Used to like 34, 33, but
34,
now I'm into
yeah.
32 now.
That's
Yeah,
32 showing. 32 showing, yeah?
Well, 32 overall.
32
Yeah,
overall.
I
So
think
2
that's
inches
more-
in, 2 inches in the hilt, and approximately 30 inches showing.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I would probably do a 28. 28, maybe even a 27, just that extra inch coming off, so I don't scrape my ceiling up. My
More
house.
comments, more questions. Would like to see her put it together for her powers. That's what I was saying earlier about Rey putting the saber together. I would like to see her using the Force to, like a Jedi legitimately does, to put it together. That would be cool to see in this movie. I mean, at least give us that much, but we'll wait and see. Dimitri Shot left the community. No, he was banned from Saber Armory for some issue I read earlier today.
Yeah, Dimitri, right? I did see that, but I didn't read the whole thing.
He hasn't left the community. He was just banned from a site, from a forum, man. Saber Armory or something.
Drama.
And yeah, I'm not trying to bring up gossip. I'm just reading it off the screen here. That I did see that earlier today. I know he hasn't left the community completely. He was banned off the site for whatever reason. They were beefing. I'm not certain. I don't want to stir any negativity up, so I'd rather not talk about that, because Saber Army is awesome, but Dimitri's Dimitri. He's the man too. We owe a lot to him for all his work in the Saber community and stuff.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's going on, but
Agreed.
I hope they work it out soon and that things will go back to normal. Hello from, what is that? Utica, New York. Love you guys. You guys are the coolest, man. I'm a big fan. Adam J. What's up, Adam J? Thank you for following us and showing us support and hanging out with us while we chit chat about all kinds of bullshit. We don't plan this. We don't have a list of organized stuff. We just get together and whatever we talk about, and that's it.
Bunch of nerds.
Yeah, bunch of nerds. David, I got a Ultra Sabers Aeon V3 hilt I'd like to fix up. Absolutely, brother. Tim McAndrew, gonna try to put my Profi in my Sidious. That'd be cool. I would like to see that Profi in a Sidious saber.
Profi's nice and small, and Sidious hilt, very tiny hilt to work on.
Yeah, Zisicles, the flower style would be samurai. Example. Yeah, that's true. The flower style hilt emitter thing. David also say a chop saw would work. LOL.
Nice. Save some elbow grease.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm staring into the screen. I'm trying to catch up with all the comments and questions and what have you, because we get caught up chit-chatting over our own stuff. So he said he won't be helping with guidance. Yes, I did read that about Dimitri. He's not out completely. He said that he won't be helping with the guide or something because he was banned from that site. But I'm assuming that he's still available for other people through his own social media or whatever, emails. I don't know what he meant by not helping through guidance. So maybe I'm assuming just through the forum because he was kicked out of that particular forum. But I'm sure he's a member of a whole bunch of other forums and sites and communities through social media. So I'm more than certain that other people can possibly reach him some other way if he's willing to help, and so on. So, yeah, if you guys have, like I said, if you have any questions for Heshi or myself or Ant, feel free to ask. We're just hanging out, chit-chatting and talking sabers, talking movies, Star Wars movies, and things like that, and sharing our own personal opinions. Got the shirts available on the site too. I want to reiterate that. Visit us on civilizedSabers.com. We got t-shirts for sale.
I like this stuff. I wore this in my gig last week.
I like that shirt. I haven't got one my size.
I wore it
yet.
proudly, man.
I got to get one my size.
I like this.
Yeah, I got to get one my size so we can rock them out.
Yeah, man.
On our episodes.
I'm going bald. I used to have really long hair. I miss my long hair.
Yeah, you did. Very long hair.
But this isn't hair talk.
No, it's Saber.
This is Saber talk.
Oh, okay. So Zaikles corrected me because I pronounced his name wrong earlier. Or her name. I'm sorry. His name. Zaikles. It says Zaikles. I assume that's what it. or unless he's pronouncing IC. Is it IC? Z? What is it?
I think it's Zeacles.
Zick.
He broke it down. Zay, Z-A-Y, I-C, Lees. So is it Zay?
Ziggly.
Zay-I-C-Lees? Is that what he means? Or
Zeacles.
Zayagles? Right? My bad if I'm pronouncing it wrong. I'm not trying to insult you. I'm just horrible at names. Trust me.
I think it's like a throwback to a Greek name.
Yeah.
So it's like Patroclus or something like that. So
Well, that would make sense.
I say it like Zeacles. Like I think that's how he intends.
It sounds like a name from a galaxy far, far away.
That's sick as hell. I like the name.
It sounds like
sounds badass.
From like a Star Wars novel.
Yeah, it sounds badass. I like it. So yeah, what was I saying last? I'm excited for the game. You know what? I can't remember though. I can't remember because you could pre-order the game, and I don't remember if I did. I could have sworn I paid. I put the money down, and I pre-ordered the game. I can't remember. I think I did. I can't remember. Well, they call you, notify you anyway. I could have sworn I walked into GameStop somewhere where I live and put the money down for the game, but I can't recall because it's been so long now. When that was first announced that I wanted it, I could have sworn I went into the store and prepaid it for when it comes out, but it comes out Friday.
I heard it's like
Friday.
not worth to pre-order. I didn't know what to do.
I don't remember if I did or if I did. No, well, I'll just go pick it up Friday. But there's gonna be plenty of them. It's not gonna be sold out or anything. But I could have sworn I did. And if I did, like I said, GameStop usually calls you. They'll let you know the game is in.
Yeah, I picked up the basketball game a month or so ago for my son. I forget what it's called. NBA 2020 or something. Yeah, I pre-ordered it.
Oh, so they called you.
Yeah, they called me.
Yeah. So if I pre-ordered it, they'll call me. If I didn't, then I'll just go pick it up Friday because I'm excited to play that. Anything with a damn lightsaber.
Yep.
Yeah. And that's going to be something else, I think. The lightsaber.
Yeah. That's going to be pretty decent, man. That's pretty decent.
Hey, you guys that do crystal chambers, what do you like? You like them crowded with a lot of things on them, little greeblies and stuff, or do you like? I'm kind of in the crystal chamber mode lately, and at home I had some tiny brass pipe and copper piping, and I've been cutting it up, making crystal chamber parts. You know, I think like this here. And what do you guys like? You like them more crowded? A lot of stuff coming down, stuff going up, stuff going in, stuff going up and over. I like a lot of stuff like that.
In the crystal chamber itself?
Yeah, a little busy. I like it, you know. And when you light it up, it looks kind of cool. I was lighting this up the other night with another saber underneath, and it hits that crystal really nice, and it really lights the crystal up pretty good.
Yeah.
Let
me show this up close one more time for those.
Yeah, it's got a nice crystal chamber in it.
For those of you guys who missed it,
hold it upright, like the other way. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
So it's cool because he's got little greeblies in there, like it's powering up the crystal or the energy.
So do you guys like a lot of that stuff, or less is best? One or two coming down from the top of it, I'm thinking maybe little greeblies like that, little power gates.
Isn't there
piping work?
Isn't there a Canon diagram of how it's supposed to look? I've seen that before.
There's hundreds of different styles out there. You could actually Google lightsaber crystal chamber, and get some ideas. I mean, out there's a lot of good stuff.
No. I know that people create stuff and innovate it and all stuff. But isn't there like I could have sworn I've seen like an OG diagram of a crystal chamber in a Graphics or something.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Originally, Star Wars dictionary.
Yeah, like what it originally supposed to look like interior, like
I studied
chambers.
those images.
Yeah,
they used to call like they call the battery the diatom cell.
Yeah, power cell.
And they have different names for all the different stuff, and they make it look like some of these people like Goodman or like some of these people like Harp and where they do the intricate. Builds.
Oh, Goodman stuff is I've been watching his videos left and right.
Look like the cutouts.
Oh my God, yeah.
Visual dictionaries.
Yeah.
That's amazing. That would be
Goodman was ArcLight Arsenal. Am I correct?
Yes. Oh, wait a minute. Is that who we're talking about?
Goodman is ArcLight Arsenal.
Work.
Yeah, and that's work from 3 to 5 years ago, 6 years ago. Some of his stuff was amazing.
His work was so highly detailed. Why he left the community, I don't know. I mean, did he stop? He never.
I think he stopped doing lightsabers.
Yeah, his work was crazy. I mean, he was ahead of his time, if you ask me.
Yeah,
For years ago when he was posting videos, I remember ArcLight. Yeah, that guy's highly detailed work was amazing,
Yeah,
man.
I've got one of his lightsabers here for Master Addison off the FX-Sabers Forum that I'm finishing up.
Nice.
I'm actually I'm doing the final steps there of like a conversion for him. So it's the second time I worked on one of Goodman's lightsabers.
Very nice. Which one is it? Which one do you have
It's
here?
the Qui-Gon hilt.
Oh, I haven't seen that one yet.
Yeah, I'll have to show you.
Oh, I want to see that. Yeah,
Upstairs.
I get to see it in person.
Oh, Zakeley says, just visited the civilizedSabers.com. Great stuff, good price. Thank you for the support
Thanks,
and visiting the site. If you ever need a Neopixel blade, highly recommend SpaceWIndu stuff, man. It's
The most durable Neopixel blade I've ever seen.
And I'm not just saying that. I'm serious.
Hands
brightest freaking Neopixel blades.
I know what he puts into them, and it's a lot of work, and he goes the extra mile. Trust me. On his Neopixel
Darth
stuff.
Brooks, gentlemen, Darth Brooks is in the house. I snagged the last Savage Beast, Savage Oppressed Clone Wars Saber. Got JQ putting a double Profi Neo setup. Wow. Gonna show it off soon. Darth Brooks,
Nice.
the wall coming. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Double Profi Neo setup. That's got to be sick.
Nice.
That's gonna be like. It's gonna be
Crazy.
That's gonna be
times two.
crazy.
Can you imagine that?
Two
Smooth tuning
profis
times-
working together, right?
Yeah, that's crazy. That'll be
Well,
awesome.
actually, Harris, you're going to see two Neopixel working together probably next weekend, right? Because we're going to try to.
Oh,
do
yeah,
them
you wanna
two
try and work on that other hilt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that you'll be able to see
Next Friday.
double.
Are we gonna
double steps.
post some of that surgery yet?
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, man. You can tune in Friday night. Anthony and I are gonna be working on a hilt together, and we're gonna have the overhead camera aiming down, so you can see our
Hands-on.
hands working.
And when is that?
Hell. What's that?
When is that?
Friday, right? Friday
Yeah, you
night.
Come over Friday.
Friday night. Yeah, probably around. I'm guessing 7, 8 o'clock at night. Friday night.
Yeah, so we might get started a little after that, but
Yeah, maybe a little later. Could be a late night hang.
Any what time is it? Almost 8. Any closing arguments or anything else before we go? Yes, space is correct. Zeke.
Thank you guys for tuning into us and watching us.
Yeah, thank you for hanging out. We apologize if it got a little boring at some point, but we just like to hang out and talk. You guys are more than welcome at all times to chime in and ask questions and comment and talk to us.
Come on in.
That's what we're here for. Just a couple of good friends hanging out and talking all things sabers and whatever comes to mind about sabers. So thank you for hanging out with us.
If you happen to be out and about and you see somebody with a saber on their belt, go up and say hi.
Yes.
Say, hey, is that a lightsaber on your belt?
Yeah. But that happened to be a saber.
I love it.
And I'll say.
I love when people, I'll be
yes.
like, of course, I'm a
is.
Jedi. You don't believe me? Whoops, wrong one. I've got the logo on my shoulder. So, it's cool. I actually went to a restaurant one time, and the little kid was looking next to me at a table, and he was saying to his mom, he's like, Mom, I think that guy's a Jedi.
Cool.
That's
So when he said it, I looked over to him, and I went, I winked at him.
Did you have your saber with you?
Yeah, I had my saber on my
that's so
this
cool.
one. I had this saber on my belt.
Oh,
My
that-
original,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
This is a little bit bigger. This is, than most of your other kind of hilts, but because it's a V8,
That's
it's an
still one of my
MHS
favorites.
V1.
Well, that's how he noticed.
Yeah, he noticed it. It was, it's not as big as some sabers. I'm not going to mention it. But, I had it on my belt, and I was sitting there eating dinner, and he noticed the saber on my belt.
And you noticed the shirt.
Yeah. I didn't have the shirt on. I just had the saber. But I did have my jacket. I had my jacket, and I have Rebel patch on each sleeve, and I have a Jedi patch on each sleeve.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He definitely thought you were part of the resistance.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah. So, say hi, man. Say hi. We'll talk sabers. I'll talk sabers with you anytime,
Absolutely.
You can hit me up, too. You can hit me up and ask questions. My email, frankharris@aol.com. You have an email you want to put out? You want to talk about some of our...
Well, Gabe should mention where he's going to post the pictures of his new saber, and if anyone wants to just check out pictures of his Ascend,
You're gonna where are you gonna post them on?
Your
Instagram or
Yeah, I'll post them.
Civilized?
I'll probably post them on Civilized
On
Sabers.
Facebook, right? Civilized Sabers or Civilized on Facebook.
On both Instagram and our Facebook
Oh, right on,
page. You can,
right on.
And guys, if you want to help with continuing supporting us, share our social media, share our Instagram,
Share it up,
Civilized
like it.
Sabers, share our Facebook, Civilized Sabers on Facebook, and our website, civilizedsabers.com.
Spin that. Bring Anthony back into the shop.
Yeah, come
Spin
on.
that, yeah.
Definitely.
Spin that bad boy that way a little bit.
You can share our social media on yours, civilizedsabers.com, and on Instagram, and like also our SpaceWindu's YouTube channel. That's where we do a lot of our Saber talks. Don't hesitate to share that also. And,
Zay please says that's not my real name. So I think we knew that.
No, we kind of figured that out. Because if
Wait,
that's your
it's not your
freaking
real
real name, man,
Space
Like,
Windu?
if that's his real name,
Then he's the shit.
He
That's
is
it.
like Achilles.
Oh, his real name. Okay.
yeah,
I
that's
got it.
not my real name.
I'm like 10
He's
seconds
like,
behind you
he's
guys.
better than Achilles.
Yeah. But yeah, definitely continue to support our Saber Talk episodes, share them, in our social media, our website, and things like that. And we'd love to network with you guys and talk sabers and talk electronics and sabers, profis and crystal focus and the speakers and the wiring. We don't care what it is. We like to share it all because it's a passion that we all share when it comes to the lightsaber community.
Yeah.
We try to remain and maintain positivity throughout. We're not here, to bash any other companies or any other sabersmiths. We're here to just talk
Just
about
have fun,
sabers
guys.
and have fun and shoot the shit about sabers.
Have fun.
So
Keep
yeah,
it real.
so continue to share, like the videos and comment, leave your comments and questions. We could always get back to you if we catch the comments and questions a little late. You can email us, like Harris said. We'd love to answer your questions and help you out with any builds you might have and custom work you might have. And like I said, share our stuff, share, because that helps us out with getting recognized a little bit further in the saber community and being able to build stuff for people that like sabers, man. So thank you so
You
much.
said it, man.
Yeah.
Thank you
Anybody
so
else
much.
wants to go even deeper? They can go to FX-Sabers.
Oh yes, I forgot
They
that.
can go to the forum.
Yeah.
They can go to the Custom Saber Shop. They can go to the Custom Saber Shop forum. They can go to the Rebel Armory forum.
Yeah.
And check out FX-Sabers. It's free to join all those forums. If you really love lightsabers, you really want to go deep, you guys should be a member of all of them. So go check those out. If you want to expand out a little bit from lightsabers, visit the RPF, which does all different types of props. And
I've been a member there 20
kind of
years.
how Harris got involved in doing this and got involved in other props first, and then kind of
All kind of stuff. Star Trek stuff I was doing
love
20
lots of
years ago.
different properties, and they work on a lot of different stuff over there.
Definitely. We'd like to thank our sponsors, Chuck E. Cheese and AutoZone. So
Ah!
no, I'm just messing.
You know what? Let's throw Martin a bone. Talk about Martin there for a second. The music.
Oh yeah,
Oh, Martin.
actually,
Yeah.
talk about it for a second, Gabe, while I see if
Well,
your other
I'm
email.
going to bring
made
up
it
some
through.
music.
Well, Martin is a good childhood friend of mine who does powder coating. By the way, we're in talks right now with contracting him to start doing some powder coating for a lot of our saber work because he does some sick stuff. I mean, his powder coating is phenomenal. And so he's also a musician. He's a producer that I've worked with for I think close to 20 years now. And he put together a jingle just for our Saber talks and our social media and stuff like that. So
Very cool. Thank you, Martin.
So thanks to Martin. Shout out to Martin. He goes by I think he goes by Audio Error. That's his stage name there. His tag, Audio Error. But he's awesome. He does sick and amazing work. And pretty soon, once we go through with him with the powder coating stuff, we'll start presenting a lot of his work on some of our custom sabers. And trust me, guys, you're gonna love it. He's amazing. He's amazing with his powder coating and
Does nice work.
Acid etching he does too and stuff.
He's
like
truly
that.
an artist.
Yeah. But yeah, he does our music now.
Thank you, Martin.
Thank you to Martin.
Sounds
Big shout out to Martin for doing our
Intros and our outros.
our intro,
Yeah.
our music, our Saber Talk theme song now. Saber
Music
Talk
to
theme
my
song.
ears.
Yeah, Martin. And thank you guys again for hanging out with us.
Yeah, anyone that stopped by, we appreciate you. Thanks again.
Definitely.
Thanks for hanging.
We'll
Talk
see
to you
Keep
guys
in mind,
time.
next weekend we'll be hanging out here We'll
Yeah,
make
matter of
that
fact, this week
a live
we'll
Windu,
continue.
a
Yeah, we'll
live
continue
space-
promoting it this week.
a live SpaceWIndu, and we'll do a hang with Hesh,
Yeah.
Jedi Hesh.
We'll
And we'll
promote
build
it this
some
week
sabers.
so that we can get a big crowd going next week, man. Next week's live stream. You guys gonna do live streaming, right?
Yeah.
Live streaming. We're hands on with Hesh and Anthony working on some stuff, man.
I actually have a couple videos during the week too. I have some reveals that are like due to come out. So hopefully there's something like Tuesday night, and then hopefully Zayaklee's Saber is also beginning of the week. So I'll have a video for that too.
Nice.
Cool. That's what's up. All right, guys.
Thanks for hanging. Thanks for watching with us.
Thanks again.
And thanks to you guys
You guys.
coming over and being a part.
Light 'em up! Yeah! Beautiful. Beautiful.